I meant like you muted me, right?
Yeah, muted, yeah, no audio's coming through. Or mic.
What?
I'm so
Hey,
confused
Jackson,
right now.
why are you confused?
Why
If
am
you
I
said I'm
confused?
muted, then you
Yeah,
should be able to hear me, or I shouldn't be able to hear you.
OBS is all muted. I can mute individual stream audio through OBS, so that's muted, but I can
Oh,
still hear you because I'm hearing you through my PlayStation.
I see.
Oh.
Okay.
Hey, Jackson, pull up the stream so you can see if a video plays. Yeah, now I'm going to pull out my earpiece so I can't hear you, so I'll be right back. But you'll be able to hear me because I have to keep the other stupid earpiece in. I blame Jared. But you'll be able to hear me.
Okay. I can hear Conager.
I know
Jackson,
I can't
can
hear
you
him right
talk?
now, but he's probably making excuses.
Okay.
Talking
And
Jackson.
Jackson's probably saying you're gay.
Okay, I can hear all three. Let's freaking do this shit. I really should have it pulled up on my other phone so I can go look at my talking points. All right.
David, hi.
David's on the
did he
stream.
mute?
Or he's on.
Yeah, he's on the stream.
He's on Conager's stream probably. All right.
Oh, that's right. Didn't he mute Adobe so it doesn't go to this stream?
Oh yes, not Adobe. But yeah.
Why not you guys use Zoom?
What?
Why not use Zoom, dude? It's the superior streaming device.
You can't do it on the PlayStation.
Yes, but you can set up like what it's called, and
Like Discord?
like Adobus or whatever it's called.
Adobus? You mean OBS?
Yeah, OBS. So
It is not
captures your
superior
screen
than
and everything.
OBS.
Dude, then why does the church uses it?
Because OBS is used for capturing video. Zoom is
And
used for
streaming.
using your screen. You can't use a capture card on Zoom.
Yeah, you can.
What do you mean, yeah, you can?
How you else capture a video on Zoom?
It captures your screen, Jackson. It captures your computer screen. So if you have the video on your computer, then it works.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't work if you want to play your PlayStation and capture that video. This is our first talking point. Zoom is better than freaking OBS.
No, it's just a joke. Because Zoom sucks.
Yeah, of course it does. I don't need 1,000 people on my freaking
Eric likes
podcast.
big dicks and he cannot lie.
First off, if you like dicks, you
Stream
like
probably
big
disagree,
dicks.
but
Second off, that's slander.
I can't hear that. Anyways.
Are we
hey
ready
guys.
finally?
I've been ready. What are
Hello.
you talking about? Zach, I gotta
This
fix
is the
stupid
great
thing.
start to the first episode of the Can't Pause podcast.
Hello, David. Can you hear me now, David?
Maybe they'll put us on YouTube
It's-
Music.
Jared, there is a way you could do it. Oh, yep. The volume is coming through, Conacher. Somewhere.
Okay. Frequent focus on your live stream and let the YouTube insert ads.
turn on or this. Yeah, I don't know how
You
that all
don't get
works.
paid on though. You don't get paid on those, do you?
Well, on the ads, yeah, I do.
On
That's what
ads,
the
you do?
monetization is. Yeah.
you get like
Oh.
1 cent per 1,000 views per ad.
Oh.
That's
Which
still
would-
something.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's terrible. It's just that's what it is. Well, that's on Twitch. Maybe it's better on YouTube. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll find out.
I know you barely get paid by ads on YouTube, especially
We've
or on
got 2
Twitch
people,
right
but
now.
no content. Boom, boom, boom. Here, watch. I can insert an ad at any time I want now. Because I have it
If it's
set
a
up.
Tea break, you go insert an ad.
Insert an ad. I can do my little, thing. Okay. Oh, actually, I do want to hear myself on my audio.
Yeah, you're not coming through on the stream, Conager.
Oh, did I? Oh. There we go. Shit. Sorry.
Yeah, you're not coming through on the stream, Conager. Yep, you're on there
Yeah,
now.
okay. Yeah, I had my mic muted also,
Oh.
like the actual button muted. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yeah, Jared, you should just set up what Conager has so we don't have to go through this trouble.
Yeah, I think
Prob-
I think so too.
The problem is I don't have any room where my PlayStation is now for a PC.
Make some room.
Build a
No.
box over your PlayStation. There's room above your PlayStation.
Jackson, my PlayStation is behind my TV at the moment.
Because think about this. Then it would be super simple. We use all one headset and one mic.
Jared,
Boom.
I got it. I got it, Jared.
Easy.
Build a shelf. Now you have room.
Boom.
I don't.
Throw out the
Jackson,
baby.
I seriously
He doesn't
do
have a
not.
baby, David.
It's fine.
And then what happens when we want to have a special guest like David to join us like next week?
Then he calls in with PSN on his phone.
Yeah, but
What about-
he wants to stream too, David, and he doesn't have a
Hey,
PlayStation.
Jared. And then how?
So yeah, we're gonna have to figure out a better way, or where me and
Yeah.
Jackson are gonna have to make some tough decisions about the members of this Camp On podcast.
I'm wondering- Can you get OBS on a MacBook?
Yeah.
Yeah, OBS
My
can
college-
be downloaded on everything.
My college is getting
Damn, just
is getting
damn,
rid
yes,
of
David.
MacBook Pros.
They're giving
Okay.
away MacBook Pros.
They're not giving them away. They're selling them for like $200.
How old are they?
What year?
They're like 2018.
You're telling me the MacBook would take up less space than your computer? It would be almost the same size.
No, it's not. Plus,
You
my
can
computer
convert
has
it.
to have 2
Computer.
plugins. It has to have its own little monitor, and then it has to have a keyboard and
No,
mouse.
it doesn't.
When I have
Plug
a
it
MacBook,
into your
I-
plug it into your PC or your
Or-
TV, and then use your cell phone or tablet or whatever as your streaming to like watching your stream, and you can view the chats on that.
So you want me to have my PC tied to my TV, which I'm playing my PlayStation on,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and somehow set up the stream and switch it over?
Yeah.
it's called hitting the input button, but yeah.
You
I don't see what's so difficult about that. I
the
have to
problem
do
is I
that
don't
on
have
my
enough
monitor.
plugins. The problem is
You
I don't
have
have
two
enough plugins. I don't have
HDMIs?
enough
Wait.
surface space.
Is 2018 MacBook Pro even a good?
No, they suck, but
I'm pretty sure
Running
it's
Intel
2018. They might be newer. But
I love
they-
the podcast.
they
It's
work
not
perfectly
even
fine.
5 minutes, and we got our first fight. Pretty much.
what would probably happen is that I just won't stream.
Oh, that'd make it. Yeah. Then you could be on Discord.
Yeah, yeah. Or we could figure out how to freaking record Discord because it should just work.
Should, but
It says it does it. but it won't do it.
I looked up. It said it doesn't.
But it has an option in the settings that says allow for broadcasts and for whatever. Why would they have that setting on?
Why
there?
haven't we tested? Why didn't we test it, guys?
We did.
We did. Me and Conacher tested before you got here.
We've been on for an hour trying to figure all this shit out. Yeah.
Yeah, you showed up like halfway through.
I was half tempted to just be like, screw it, me and Jackson and David are playing Baldur's Gate. Will be way easier. Hey Jared, look at my stream though.
Why?
Yeah,
you gotta see my intro.
Oh my gosh.
And then I gotta show you my break intro.
Just him whipping out his.
Do you like that? I am gonna make another one. That's gonna be
for this.
Yeah, it's gonna say "Can't Pause Podcast," and I have an idea for it. I just haven't done it. I've been busy. And then what?
What
you don't like the
could
name?
do?
Don't like the
and then
name?
ready for this? What? Con Entertainment?
No, our can't pause this podcast.
No, can't pause. It just can't pause, Jackson.
Oh yeah.
Then you have 10 people on.
And then look at this. Boom! This is my break. This one's pretty cool.
Huh.
Anyways, boom, back to this. Oh, I need to turn on my face cam. Hello, beautiful world. Wow. This is Can't Pause, a podcast brought to you by us, the people.
Boy Panda.
Except his username on YouTube, which I did add to my description, is not Snowy Panda. It's Cluck Cluck 5000 Glock Glock.
TM.
Yeah. We the people, we the people, David. I gotta. So I also, everybody who's watching, I just got monetized, so there will be some videos. I'm trying out new things. I don't know if I want them automatically or whenever I want it. But this new goal is, I don't know. I can't say N Jackson. More fun, I guess. I don't know.
How we both get doubles?
Your time has come.
Suck it, guys.
No, you can't be it. Oh my gosh! We all got doubles.
Good.
We're all being
How the
sent
hell
to
do
jail.
we all get doubles?
This sounds like
it just
bad
decided Jackson goes
name,
first.
Con-Con.
It didn't even have you
Yeah,
re-roll.
because I'm better.
Wait, but he got a 6 and we got a 10. What the hell is that?
I got a 10.
No, I
Jared
got a 6. I got a 6.
Oh, that makes sense. Jackson
I'm
rolled
just
it
why
first.
Okay.
Anyways,
I guess that makes sense.
did anybody do their homework and actually come up with topics? Because I have some.
Yeah,
I have
I have 2.
I have 3.
Well, let's let fate decide. Since Jackson's first, how about he brings up the first talking point?
Oh, okay, that's fine with me.
Is it? One second, let me find it.
We got to keep this sort of friendly so I get advertisements, Jackson. Okay. I was reading all my rules about all the different things. Oh, there's water.
Oh, I got a roll.
Yeah.
I got a couple. Is nostalgia a good thing or a trap?
What do you mean?
Right on the spot, exactly.
It's time to find out whether
Like is it a good thing or can it be a bad thing in a sense?
Yeah, is it a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a good thing for consumers. It's a bad thing to plan for if you're like the creator of something.
Let's ride the train
So like if you're making a new Star Wars movie, if you are intentionally using nostalgia for like scenes and stuff, I would say it's bad.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a game on. I'd say. Sorry, just a sec. Monopoly. It's not Monopoly Go. What is it? I'll just
Plus.
put Monopoly. I don't really care. I don't think people are going to be looking at Monopoly Plus to find my stream. So I think I'm going to make the argument that it's a bad thing.
That's okay. So there's many ways I thought of this. I didn't think about business and stuff. I was thinking about personal living, like relationships and stuff like that.
Enough money to buy this property.
I think it would be a bad thing.
It can
Yeah,
be for sure.
I think like bad thing in for the sense of you are living in the past too much.
Yeah.
You're always chasing that
Yeah.
nostalgia, or you're looking back being like, oh, back in my day it was like this was so much better, or yada yada yada. It's like, well, it's not back in your day. Grow up, old man.
I think it's something like if you're spending your entire day making photo books of the past, then I think you have a problem. But if like once a month you go and look at an old photo book or go through your phone and look at old stuff that you went through, I don't think it's that big of a problem. It really does depend though on the whole like
Are you ready?
point of it.
Intentions.
Because if you're getting
Yeah.
because if you're getting nostalgic for a relationship that you're not in anymore while you're already in a new relationship, you probably shouldn't dwell on it.
Or even on that same point, if you're being looking back, like, oh, I wish our relationship was like this, like how it used to be, or missing that.
Yeah. Well,
you're not focusing on what your relationship is now.
I think that's kind of the key point. If you're using it to compare with your current situation, that's where it's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
One more year to go to prison. Yeah.
Can't put a cat in prison.
You can try.
And it can also be like
Interested in buying this property?
you shouldn't base your relationship off like nostalgia. Someone can use that to make you think certain ways. Like
It's your turn.
they realize something's happening with their relationship, so they bring something back to pull you back in. So it can be used as like a manipulation
Decide what's going
way.
to happen to you.
So yeah,
Well,
I
we
think
can't-
it's bad.
What,
Yeah,
Jared?
I'll say I think overall I think it's more of a negative thing than it is a positive thing. Like, what do you really get out of it?
Now, yeah, only time I
That's
think it's
good.
good if you stumble upon something that brings
Or
you
bidding?
back.
Okay.
That
If
brings
you don't
back,
buy something, you have to bid it.
to a certain point of your time, I think that's good because you weren't looking for it. It just happened to bring you back to a certain time. But other than that, it shouldn't.
Yeah, like sometimes I look at my
Wow,
old
Jackson.
mission photos. I don't sit there and think, man, I wish I was back in my mission, because that's retarded to think. And I know a lot of
Jared.
returned missionaries
Wow.
that think that way.
Oh my gosh, Jackson.
Like I was just at
Yes.
well, the reason why we went on like vacation this last week was because Whitney's cousin was graduating and also getting his mission call. And
Yeah.
everyone gave him advice, and a lot of it was cherish your mission because you'll always look back on it wishing that you were back. And I'm like,
It's the same as like high school with those people are like, oh yeah, the high school was the good old days. That's your
Yep.
highlight of your life. That's pretty pathetic, I would say.
Yeah.
well, I just think like you're putting too much stock in doing everything perfectly or not having regrets in your life rather than
Yeah.
just doing what you need to do.
Yeah. I mean, like, I understand, like, yeah, it's a simpler time. You don't have to worry about a lot of things, but, like, that's the same as me thinking, man, I wish I was a kid. I didn't have rent. I didn't have bills. I didn't have to worry about food or anything. Like,
Yeah.
thinking,
Yeah,
I wish
think
I was
that
a
every
child
day.
again. Yeah, like, you
Well,
think
also-
about it. Like, when you're a kid, you're like, oh, I can't wait to grow up. And then when you're an adult, you're like, why did I ever wish to grow up so fast?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, here's the thing, though. I feel like in our situation, because of our childhood specifically, I feel like my life has gotten better since I became an adult. Because now I get to like decide what I do.
Can buy this
in certain aspects, but my biggest thing is I think like looking at it as in a general way, not just ours, but like how much it was more simpler.
Yeah, well, you
Like-
didn't have to worry about things that were actually like pertinent to survival.
Yeah, exactly, and that's where I'm getting at. Is like, yeah, no, I don't wish I was back as a child, but for the simple facts of, I don't have to worry about paying bills. I don't have to worry about where my food's coming from. I don't have to worry about X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, if I want to be sick for 3 days in a row at school, I can be, and I don't have to worry about getting fired and not being able to pay bills.
Just growing and living, looking back at a good time is okay, but not seeing the good you have now is missing the bad part. Yeah, exactly, David. Where did this cord come from? Did it just fall out? Must have.
Well, he's still here.
Oh, is it still my turn? Oh, I got double.
No.
Sorry. I was setting up my stuff on my thing.
Oh,
now I have 3 dice.
Die.
All right.
But yeah, now,
You're not in trouble.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say that it's okay to like look back, but I feel like you get into a trap of constantly comparing your current self to your past self.
Yeah.
It's just like if you keep comparing yourself to what you want to be. Like my wife gets caught in the trap of like there's a bunch of people around us that are there's a bunch of people around us that are like better off, or they get to go on vacations and stuff, like to freaking Europe or whatever it is. And especially when we first got married, she would constantly get down on herself because she wasn't able to do that yet.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I feel like you just gotta be kind of more nostalgic for what you have right now, because maybe in a few years you won't have it.
This is Monopoly Plus on the PS4 and PS5. No, yeah, I agree. It's one of those, I think people get in the trap of, one-upping your neighbors, or like, if they're doing, keeping up with the Johnsons, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
It was a big thing with door-to-door sales that we would play a factor on, where we would be like, hey, Johnson's down the street just signed up for pest control. They want to get rid of all their bugs. Don't you want to get rid of your bugs? And people would be like, if they're doing it, I better be doing it. Is that mentality.
Yeah. And then, especially
which is a bad trap.
With social media and stuff,
yeah,
where people can look at an idol, a movie actor, whatever, and say, I want to look like this, but they're never going to look like that. And
the problem is how much of it is fake.
Yeah.
That, because I can move 2 squares or 3 squares.
Or
one square?
Yep.
Yeah.
Does anyone own that?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
No, I think you own it, Connor. The first one.
Oh, yeah, he does own it.
Yeah, he does. He's freaking lying to me right now.
Okay, well, maybe
I'll
pay attention.
get this one instead.
This property is looking for a buyer. Will it be you?
Fake news. Yeah, exactly. David says it's fake news, guys.
Well, there's so many. There's a company that will rent out a fake studio that has the like a private jet.
No, yeah. So it looks like you're on a private jet.
Exactly, and a bunch of and they get booked out all the time in LA for influencers that want to look rich.
Yeah.
Because if you look rich, people will think that you earned it and want to figure out how you figured everything out.
Yep.
And that's exactly what they prey upon.
It's your turn.
Boom.
No, yeah. Oh gosh, that here. Ooh, I'll buy it. I don't know. So.
You can buy this property. What do you want to do?
Anyways, Jackson, what's your next point?
Well, actually, it'd be your turn, Conager.
Oh, we're gonna go around and okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with a fun little I have a question. My fun little question. Sorry, intern. Is if you could choose one spell from the Harry Potter universe, what spell would it be?
One
How
spell?
did you get the 3 dice? Yeah, just one spell that you can use at any time. Oh, okay. Bro, I'm taking my fans camping in the backwoods on live, not a just that ain't my live. What, David? Bro, I'm taking my fans.
I'm assuming
Camping in the backwoods on a live, not a jest. Well, anyways, yeah, one spell from the Harry Potter universe, any spell in their universe that you could use. You can use it as many times as you want. But yeah, what's the one spell you would use, or you could use? Which one would you choose? Like
Probably
apparate. So here's the thing. I don't think that's a spell.
Is it not? Is it like an ability?
It's an ability.
Loomis.
You have to have a wand to do it.
So that's... Yes, you do have to have a wand, but there's no actual spell. It's like you basically have to... It's a mind thing where you have to envision the place and have determination and then do it. So I will... I've thought of that. I will classify that one as not a spell.
Okay.
Just because I think there has to be a word to associate with it. Like, yes, you can say words in your head, but you're still saying the word in your head, where apparating is just thinking of the place and twisting.
Or Leviosa.
You got to choose only one, Jackson.
Oh, that's hard.
So that means also like changing into an animal would not count either, because that's not a spell. That's just something you learn how to do.
That's an ability that you can be born with, or and it's more. And to learn to do that, it is a potion. It sounds like it has to do with a potion. Avada Kedavra.
You just buy a gun. Just buy a gun in real life.
But you don't need ammunition with Avada Kedavra.
And then, if you wanted to be a good mafia man or something, technically you could never get, nobody could ever say you killed that person.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless they prove
literally watched.
Unless L from freaking what's it called? Death Note was on the case, and then he'd figure it out.
That you have magicals. Yeah. I was thinking of that. I was thinking of that too. Yeah, David.
What's the spell that Dumbledore uses to clean the house?
Oh.
Is that just Reparo?
I don't think he actually says a spell. I can't remember.
Reparo, I think that would be my winner right there.
Reparo would be really nice.
Reparo wouldn't be bad. Because you
could be the best mechanic. Think about how good a mechanic you'd freaking be.
Electronic, anything, Jared.
Yeah, just a repair shop, period. They call you out to somebody's house, you're like, it's going to take me a minute. You're just like, Reparo. Done.
Yeah.
Get paid. 5 minutes.
You don't even have to Reparo's the best functional one, yes.
Yeah, okay, I didn't think of repair. Yeah, there's so many functions you could do with that to make money. So I really like that one. The one I was thinking of is Portus Kiest or something like that Dumbledore uses in the 5th one. It literally turns any object into a port key to wherever you want it to go.
What?
Yeah.
That's literally that's one step away from apparating.
Yes, except the issue with apparating that we've learned from Harry Potter is that apparition has a limit, and there's borders.
Yeah.
And it takes a toll on you. Where port keys do not. You can have a port key that goes anywhere, and it doesn't use your power. It's the spell.
That's true.
So
Problem is, do you have to do it on 2 different things, or do you just do it on one thing and it takes you there?
What about the food spell from Harry Potter's 7th book? There is no food spell. You can't transfigure food, David. It's one of the 5 rules of transfiguration.
But you can create water.
Well, yeah, that's just pulling it out of the air.
Can you make gold out of transfiguration?
No, that would be alchemy, and that's what the Sorcerer's Stone does. That can make more food of something you already know. You can't make more food of something. I want it.
What's the charm that they put in Gringotts that makes everything multiply?
Oh yeah, that curse. I don't know what it. I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what it's called. But I guess against a muggled. Well, here's the issue: it's honest, so every time you touch it, it multiplies. So my guess is that once you break it, all of them would disappear. except the
Yeah.
original.
I guess that's
Because
true.
if you try to sell a golden object to a person, it would just multiply and then they'd freak out. And it also burns them.
Dude, why aren't you buying anything, Jared?
I only buy certain
know.
properties, dude.
But yeah, I thought of the port key spell because I'm like, honestly, imagine waking up 5 minutes before work, you get ready, you look at your pen, you go portis quies or whatever the spell is, and then you touch it, you boom, at your work gets done for the day, you grab another random object, you turn it into a port key, and you
I'm
go
so
home.
confused about that, though, because darn port keys, like, the rule is that there's 2 items in 2 different places,
No.
right?
No, a port key can be anything, a shoe, a tin can, and then at a certain time, once you touch it, it will teleport you to a location. So like in Harry Potter, there's the boot that teleports them to the World Cup. And then there's this statue's head that Harry Potter uses to go back to Hogwarts, which is another thing is you can't apparate outside of Hogwarts, but somehow Dumbledore can do a port key, which also they do a port key in Harry Potter 4. So a port key breaks almost all the rules.
So why would you ever apparate?
I don't know. That's again J.K. Rowling's fault. I don't like.
Is it just, like, easier on your mana to apparate?
No,
You have to be
I
a more
think it
powerful
is.
wizard?
My guess. Well, I know that they have port keys rules because they have illegal port keys, and my guess is you get caught, you go to Azkaban because that's the only punishment they
Oh,
have.
so it's probably like a regulated spell then?
Somehow. But like Newt's commander, he pays to use
Damn,
that port
Jack.
key to get to France because he can't apparate outside of England, or they would know somehow. But that's the thing; it is just a spell, so I don't know. They don't really talk about if you have to have been to that place before, or just like think of the place, or like how that exactly works. But as all we know is you can make a port key, and
With
you
a
can
spell.
go. Yeah, and it's
So that's
literally
just-
almost called port key something. Like it's a very simple.
Portus Cordis or something stupid like that.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, well, that's why in my head, as a like a Muggle, being only to use one, honestly, it would be Reparo or that one because Reparo, job wise, you could just make a whole bunch
Dude,
of money
think about
easily.
your car breaks down, Reparo.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying is as that one as a function of like to make money or just living wise, that would be great. The port key one would just be for travel wise, like you wouldn't need to own a car.
Do you need to have been to a place to make the port key for there?
There's no rules because they don't get into
So it's
it.
not
So
even
I don't
like
know.
apparating. You don't have to go to France first. You could just could just
apparating
port
you
key
don't need to
yourself
either.
there. Really? You just have to visualize it?
Yeah. I mean, technically, that's all you would have to do. Is if you had a picture of it, you could visualize it. I think it helps if you were there, like, to visualize the place, but technically it's kind of like jumper would be more like apparating, I would say. Like, you just see the place, yeah, you can jump there.
Interesting.
Ron responds by saying it's impossible to make good food out of nothing. You can summon it. If you know where it is, you can transform it. You can increase the quantity if you already got some. Yeah, but then later in that same book, when they're in Hogwarts, the Battle for Hogwarts, I believe, they were talking about food, and Ron says that you can't transfigure it. It's one of Newton's or whatever fifth law of transfiguration.
Newton's.
I don't know who it is. It sounds like Newton. What the hell?
Holy crap, Jared, you're just spending all your money just to...
Okay, Jackson, time to team up. You give me the yellow, and I'll give you the pink.
You don't have the full set of pink!
Yeah, well, if I get the other pink, I'll give it to you. Ah, Jared has it. Jared, give me the pink.
No.
Yeah, I figured.
That's my favorite color.
Pink is my favorite color.
No, I mean,
anyways,
that's
yeah,
my favorite
so-
board color.
David and anybody else who's watching, what would be your spell that you choose? I'll have to look that up then, but That was the one I was.
Well, here's the thing.
talking about.
Though it wouldn't matter if you could like make food. You could just learn Reparo, and then you have an instant job. Like, you can just put it up on Facebook Marketplace that you can fix anything. $20.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then eventually you could actually have a legit business where you're the single person doing repairs. You get calls, you go out, you fix it, they pay you.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if you charge them like, okay, this part would cost this part would cost this, and then just be like, okay, I'm gonna add that together. A normal job would cost $800 plus labor. I'll charge you $400.
Hey!
You son of a dick. Holy crap.
I just got an achievement for that.
Oh, damn. Okay, Jared's turn.
Oh my gosh. Oh, for a topic?
Yeah.
This one, you have to tell me if this one's bad for the optics.
The optics?
Is emulation bad?
Oh, tough luck.
Dang it. Jared went to jail, Jackson.
Right when I brought up emulation,
What do you
too. Nintendo must be watching.
Yeah, after talking about the fixing spell, it'd be one of the most useful. Oh, yeah, I didn't even think of that one. Because so far as we know, there is no limitation to the fixing spell, so yeah. I think,
and there isn't
honestly,
like
I'd
a
probably
time
choose that one
limitation
over.
either.
Oh, yeah, Well, there is a limitation, I guess, on Reparo. It can't fix a
What would it be?
wand.
Well, yeah, you can't fix natural items, but who gives a shit?
Unless you have the Elden Ring or Elden wand. But yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. But yeah, I don't know.
But wait, here's the real
I think
question.
I would probably choose Reparo. Yeah.
If you had Reparo and you went to like an old decrepit ruin of like a castle, could you restore it?
Probably not. That's restoring, not repairing. I think you still have to have all the pieces.
And it has to not be like decrepit.
Yeah. So like if it's 100 years old, no. But if it's like you break your glasses, your fridge breaks, all the pieces are still somewhat there.
Think about all the stuff you wouldn't have to buy. Would Reparo recharge light bulbs?
Well, they would break. Well, if you get the old ones with the charcoal, yes.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work. No, LED lasts so long. But at that point, like you're making so much money fixing people's cards and other stuff.
Like,
What's
who
the
cares?
point of, to buy your light bulb? I think I'd probably almost choose Reparo, to be honest, over Portkey.
I think because you could just pay to go anywhere. Yeah.
Exactly. If you made enough money, you could just pay to go anywhere. That's why. Yeah, that's why.
But how much time would you save by Port King? That's the real question.
Oh, you'd save so much.
Yeah.
And think about that. You could have a job anywhere. You could even fix a house if it blows up that day.
I could. Yeah. Well, and with Port King, you could have a job in California where they pay you like $40 to be a cashier, but live in like Wyoming.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I would probably stick with my original answer. I'd say Porky. I think I'd make it work. And here's the thing: do I need a lot of money if I can just fast travel everywhere? We didn't do the house rule that you get money.
Oh.
You can't do more than one house rule.
What was the house rule we did?
Custom game. If you do a custom game.
Oh. But yeah, those are definitely my top two that I can think of at least. Because I don't give a shit about turning a rat into a freaking glass of water like that. I don't care.
But there's a spell for that?
Well, you can turn it into a goblet.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, Jackson's thinking about emulation, or Jared's thinking about emulation.
Yes, is emulation bad?
Bad for who?
Like, just in general. So is it bad as in, like, is it technically stealing, or is it bad for the economy of video games? Like, whatever you want to consider it to be bad for.
Well, but we're talking about a few different things, like emulating a software that's like a GameCube emulation, is different than pirating games you do not own.
Yeah.
So which one are we talking about? Just emulating the software, or emulating, or like downloading games?
Downloading games and being able to emulate and play them.
I would say, it's again a hard. Damn, Jackson, can I have yellow now?
No.
I'll give you pink or blue.
No.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's your turn.
Yeah, it's my turn. I mean, piracy is always bad,
Yep.
but it's
But-
like, yeah, I think if you own the game and you rip it yourself or whatever, then yeah, it's fine.
Mhm.
Hey, look at
Yes.
I got
What if you've
Boardwalk.
never
Oh,
owned the
I already
game,
have it.
but it's like
You
but
suck,
it's like
Jackson.
a lost?
Certainly had other plans.
What if you've never owned the game, but it's a lost media, so like you can't get it through legitimate means to actually like experience it. Like let's say an old Telltale game, you can't buy the Game of Thrones Telltale game anymore. You can't buy the old Minecraft Telltale game anymore, but you can still emulate both of those.
But technically, by law, they still have the rights to those games. So if anyone else is,
You're still breaking the law.
yeah, you're still breaking the law.
Yeah,
the
but
law
is it
is-
morally wrong?
Yeah,
Our rent is due.
still a law.
But if you bought those games in the past, would it be okay?
I would say
Like,
yeah,
is it
probably,
important?
if you still have them.
Your turn starts
Interesting. I would say my opinion on it is this. If they don't care enough to make it available, then I shouldn't care enough that it's
Dang
piracy.
it!
Find a way to
Wow, Jackson.
Because if I believe that if they had it available, I would 100% buy it.
Mhm.
Then I don't think it's a problem.
Well, yeah, but there's many reasons why they might not be able to have it available.
Yes, but you can, especially like for the Telltale example, they could easily make all of their games available on modern consoles. Most
yeah,
of them
but
came out
it-
on PS4, but they took them off the store
Well,
when they
yeah,
went
but
bankrupt.
well, yes, but also if they can't pay the licensing fees for those games, because they can't pay the fees for Game of Thrones, Minecraft, Walking Dead, or anything like that, then they won't be able to sell it.
Yeah,
So, in those situations, it's like, well, yeah, they don't have
But
the
then-
rights to it anymore.
yeah, but then the problem comes is like you still want to play it,
Yeah,
and
Could've
if
bought
you
it
bought
when
it
you
in the
could've.
past, or if you couldn't have bought it in the past, like you never even knew about it, or you just weren't able to.
hmm
Because like there's a lot of games that they're bringing back right now, but they probably aren't going to bring back the Game of Thrones just because the licenses for it would probably cost a lot of money.
It's one of those where it's still against the law.
Yeah.
Like if you owned it and you have it and you want to play it on something else, I feel like you should have the right to be able to rip it and play it on something else that you want to play it on. But if you don't own it, it's still somebody else's thing. Even if it's out there or not, just because there's a lot of different reasons. Like it's one thing of like Ubisoft being like, oh yeah, we're just shutting down the servers for the crew, and now you can't play the crew because there's no servers. Where they could easily have put some money into it to make it so it's an offline game, so people could or whatever it is. Where versus like, oh, we don't have the rights to this, like the Harry Potter games. We don't have the rights to the licensings for that, so we can't put it out anymore because somebody else holds the licensing. I do think that they should get better, and especially with how technology is now, with just like how like movies are. I think because like I don't see how like a license for a movie, let's say like the original Spider-Man's, well, it's like it's kind of hard. I'm trying to think of a Marvel one that Disney. Like, they all own them now, so it doesn't really matter. Because I was going to say, like, the original Fantastic Four or the original whatever. No, thanks, Jared. Is, like, if they lose the license, and, like, if Sony lost the license to Spider-Man, can Marvel still... Yeah, sorry. Can Marvel still...
like sell toys.
Well, no. Can Marvel still? Can they now then show all the Spider-Man movies, like Tobey Maguire's and Andrew Garfield, or because they were made under what's his bucket? Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that would work because that's where like.
Well, think about it like this too. So. Let's say the games are coming out right now. So, like, you want to buy a current game, but you don't want to buy it, like, full price. So you buy a used copy of a physical game. None of the money that you're spending on that used copy goes to the company, but you still get to play the game. So, let's say you want to emulate an old game that isn't available anymore. If you buy a used copy and then emulate that copy, are you now
That's
okay?
Fine. Yeah.
Even though they still don't get any of the money.
Well, yeah, but you own the game, and what you do with it, I think, is you. That's where it gets, depending, like where now licensing agrees with one of my topics is with Nintendo, is when it was a physical hardware, like a cartridge, and the game was actually on the cartridge versus the game. Now being a digital download. Technically, like what Ubisoft is saying is you don't own a game. You are renting, or you have a license. Yes. I think if it's a game that's on a physical thing where you own it and you can take it off of the cartridge, take it off of the disc or whatever like that, where you own the actual files, then yes, you have, like, it's just like with modding, because at that point, technically you modding a game, at any point they could they could get mad at that in a way.
Yeah.
But, and so that's where it would be like, if it's a license and you mod a game, yeah, they could technically just ban you from the whole thing, where before they couldn't be because you had the game. And that's why Nintendo's doing what they're doing. They don't want anybody to touch their shit because they're just being stubborn and annoying.
Let's say you're following all the rules and then Nintendo blocks you from playing their game. Are you okay to go and pirate it now?
No, it's still stealing. You can still go to jail. So no.
But in the same logic, if you were to buy, instead of buying like a physical copy of an old game, you bought just like the digital, like, information of the old game. Because like,
if you bought what?
You said that if you bought an old game and then ripped it and played it on your PC, that's okay. Even if you're just buying a used version of it.
Yeah. Yeah, so like from a pawn shop, eBay, something like that. Yes.
Yeah. But now, since things are not, physically physical copies of it, they're all digital. You buy that from somebody, and if you rip that, what?
Why did they block you, David? David's asking why did they block you for that. We'll get into that in a minute. But like, what do you mean you're buying a digital copy? From what? How?
So like, you know how like people bought old PlayStations that had PT on it? Yeah. So you do that. You buy someone's Nintendo account.
Yeah. Or you can't buy their account. You bought their whole PlayStation. Because if you couldn't re-download it. Yeah. Okay.
Would you? So it's okay to rip that.
Well, that's where it gets into the real question of like Ubisoft and stuff. Is that technically you owning that demo, or are you a license to own it? It depends on the company you're doing it with. If it's a Ubisoft demo, you definitely do not own that.
No, and if it's Nintendo,
So you
don't
ripping
own
it,
either.
exactly. So, but if it's a company that yes, you downloaded it, it's yours, you want to rip it, and they're fine with, yeah, that's where you would have to know, because yeah, if they count it as that and you do it, you can get sued or go to jail or whatever they want to do with you.
My argument is, while it may be more illegal now to do something like that, I mean,
it's always
think
been the
morally
same
it's
amount of
thing.
illegal.
Well, ripping a game from like something that you bought, like if you bought a disc and you rip it so you can emulate on your PC, we all know that's okay. Yeah. But now that you can't really get a disc anymore because that's not really how it works.
Yeah.
I think it's still morally the same thing. You paid for it. You should have the right to it.
It's not, though, because there's an agreement. So when you go to make those purchases, when you purchase it from Ubisoft, you are signing an agreement.
It's legally, I'm saying legally, yes, it is worse now. But morally, I don't care. I don't think it's a bad thing morally. If it wasn't a bad thing when you bought the physical thing, why did it become a bad thing now?
I mean, that's the same thing as the argument of, hey, I pay for Netflix, so I'm going to download all these movies.
Well, no,
that's not how that works.
Netflix, the thing is about Netflix, though, is that you're only getting them temporarily. When you buy a game, you're not temporarily buying a subscription for that game. Unless you're doing game
not back in the day. But if you're buying it through certain companies now, that's their agreement. So if you are willing to buy a game from Ubisoft, from Nintendo, knowing full well now that they can just turn that game off in 5 years or in a month, that's that's you. But me, personally, I just won't buy their games. Or play them, if that's how they want to treat everybody. But,
me personally, I say it's like an eye for an eye kind of thing. Where it's like, it wasn't shitty back then. You're the one that made it to be a shitty situation. You kind of get the repercussions from that. Because the only people that are going to hurt from these stupid policies are going to be the companies.
Yeah.
No one needs to buy your video game.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing is nobody needs to buy it. But that's the thing is where morally and whatever, morally it's still breaking the law, it's still robbing from somebody. Even if it's a huge corporation, it's still stealing for your and it's not even stealing for good.
I don't think law dictates moral. I think that laws can have morality in them, but just because something is illegal doesn't make it morally wrong.
I mean,
I think the only moral wrong thing about it is that you promised you would use it in a certain way and then didn't. So you lied. But I don't think anything else about it's immoral.
But
it's not just lying; it's stealing. You're stealing from somebody.
But when you buy it.
But you bought it. You paid them money for it. They just didn't give it to you.
Well, yeah, but you full willingly know when you're buying it, Jared, that you're not buying it, you're renting it.
I'm saying, that's why it's illegal now when it wasn't before. But I think morally it's the same thing.
Well, I would disagree with that because morally it's not. It's not the same thing as now that you know that it's a licensing agreement, that you're buying it to play a license, just like I'm paying Netflix a licensing agreement to watch their shows that they have, doesn't mean I own every show Netflix has.
Yeah, but it's also a whole different business model. That's my problem with it. It's a whole different business model. When you buy Netflix, you're not buying everything that's on Netflix. You're buying an access to a library. And you have to
Same with Game Pass.
Yeah, exactly. But
so if you start ripping things out of Game Pass...
But that's what I'm saying. Those are the same thing. But if you go and buy a $70 game and it's not yours And they are the ones that changed the agreement, and now it's a whole different thing that it wasn't before.
Well,
I don't care that you rip off their game.
You have an
buy
iPhone, right? Technically,
yeah.
the service on everything on your phone is not yours. They
yeah,
can shut your phone down whenever they want.
Yeah, I know.
Would you be upset?
And I can go take the hardware to somebody that can jailbreak my phone.
Yeah.
But if someone owns a license for my game that I pay them $70 that I get to now have, but they can take it whenever they want, and if they do take it whenever they want, I wouldn't care. If that happened to somebody and they said, yeah, after that I just pirated the game, I wouldn't consider it pirating. I would consider it just like, yeah, I mean, you paid for a game. They arbitrarily took that away from you without any due process just because you had to sign the contract to buy the game. It wasn't an optional thing.
Well,
so
that's the thing.
Morally,
it is
I don't
optional.
think it's
But
well, buying the game itself is
optional.
optional. But if you want
Exactly.
access to the game and access to the thing that you bought, you have to say yes.
Well, you didn't buy it. So at that point, like, you had that option at that point to buy it or not. Like, hey, if I spend this money on the licensing to play this game, which again, let's just, I'm going to be honest, I think it's all stupid. I don't think they should do that.
Stupid.
But it's just
No,
the reality
it's
that it is
stupid.
right now.
That's what I'm saying is that, like, just because it's legal for them to do that doesn't make it immoral when someone does the opposite.
Well,
Because
it
it's
still
immoral
makes
what
it
they're
wrong.
doing.
It's
It
not.
makes it wrong legally. I don't think it makes it wrong morally.
I think it's wrong both ways because you're still stealing. It's wrong. Like, here's the thing. It's like at their same point, like, it's not wrong for them. It's a business model. If they want to run their business that way, the biggest thing you can do if you don't support that is not download their games, not play their games, don't do anything with them. Just don't do it. Don't pirate it. I don't like if it's a good game. Who cares? You don't like their business practices. You don't.
Baseline is don't buy their games. Wait till they change their policy so that when you buy something, it's actually yours. Like that's just how you should do it. But if you were unaware of this or whatever, because a lot of people don't read the terms and conditions, a lot of people don't follow up with like this kind of like
that's good, David.
Gaming stuff.
Yeah.
So you're playing your game, you're streaming it, and all of a sudden Nintendo's like, well, I don't like the way you're streaming it. I'm taking the game back.
Yeah.
And if that person then goes like, well, I didn't know you could do that. I'm just going to go pirate the game because I already bought it and I should have the right to play it.
Well, that's the issue. That's not on Nintendo. That's on you.
Well, I know, but I don't think that person was doing it wrong.
He is. He's in the wrong because he was stupid enough not to read contracts. No, even I would say morally. If you didn't know what you're signing up for, whose fault is that?
Well, did you read the terms and condition with this game?
This game? Yeah, it's Ubisoft.
Terms and conditions.
We don't own it. Yeah,
I know, but did you read the terms and condition when you asked to play multiplayer? Yeah.
I didn't ask. It didn't give me terms and condition today. No, I know the gist of it, Jared. I know that they can take it away at any given minute because it is Ubisoft.
Yeah, but did you read why they can take it away, or the reasons why they would take it away?
No, they can just take it away because they decided to shut down their servers or a new game. They come out with Monopoly 2.
Yeah.
They could shut down this one. Yeah. I fully understand that, Jared.
Yeah, but the problem is that you don't know everything that's on the terms and condition.
Yeah.
And when you sign a
guess what?
contract...
That's my fault. So if
Well,
there's something in there that I break, it's still, that is real life.
No, in real life, when you sign a legitimate contract in paper, like a lawyer contract,
or digital,
you can cross off anything that you don't agree with, and then sign it.
And
they get it. And that's why there's two signatures. That's why there's two signatures. You can cross off anything you don't agree with. When you sign it, they can say, "Oh, I don't want to do this contract with you anymore."
No. Yeah, but
you can't do that with digital.
Cross it off and sign it.
Yeah, you can.
But you can't.
You just
you don't know what the terms and conditions is of a game until you buy it. Technically,
no, you can read their terms and conditions before.
Where?
Oh, sorry, my bad. Huh?
Where?
You can look up Ubisoft's terms and conditions because it's
if
Ubisoft.
you go out of your way to look it up, but before you buy the game, before you have legal possession of the game, you cannot see it unless you go look it up somewhere else.
Well, when you go to sign out and when you make an account, when you make an account with Steam, when you make an account with all that, when you first make an account, they do tell you. It's not their fault you don't read it all.
Yeah, with Steam.
Keep on going,
But when you buy a game, you don't get the terms and conditions until you load it up.
And PlayStation.
I'm not talking about these libraries, Connor. I'm talking about a game. If I go buy Oblivion Remake, I don't see the terms and conditions of that game
you can
until
see it
I
before
load
you
it
buy
up.
it. It's on the PlayStation Store. You can go do it right now.
It's in the term of conditions. There's a whole section for that.
I'm pulling it up on the PlayStation Store right now.
It's when you go buy a game, you can go down into details, and they have multiple details. One about the game and one about term and conditions and legal things.
Game privacy policy and the EULA. There's that. Takes you to a website. There's their stuff. Where's this one? And then here's another one for the developers to go to their website, and you can look up all the other stuff for them and their accounts.
Your time has come.
Like, the company doesn't have to make it easy.
I know they don't have to make it easy. But that's what I'm saying is, that
it's
they
on
can
you
legally be
as the
immoral.
consumer. I
No,
don't think
they
that's
can
immoral.
legally
That's a
be
business
immoral,
practice.
but you can't be immoral.
Don't give up.
Well, you can't be legally immoral yourself.
How are they being immoral? With your definition
Because
of immoral,
they
it's a
are
business
withholding
practice.
information. Most
It's
people
not
will not try to
withholding.
look up terms and
That's their
conditions
fault.
until they get to the game.
That's their fault.
Yeah, technically it is their
Not
fault,
the
Conager,
companies.
but they know people won't do that. They
Exactly.
know people won't do that, so they do it on purpose.
That's not on them. That's still not on them.
Yes, it is. Morally, it is.
No.
You are being.
Then
You are
morally,
being.
you doing what you want to do would be still.
You are being
immorally
dishonest
wrong.
morally. If I go up to you and I try to sell you a car and I don't disclose anything and I know you won't check, I know you won't.
Yeah.
So I lie to you, or I don't lie to you. I just don't say anything.
Yeah,
And
you
then
don't tell them
buy
that
the
you're
car.
renting the car.
That's business. That's car business
No.
too.
You're buying the car, and then it breaks down tomorrow. Everything about it is broken.
That's why there's.
That's legal. You can't do anything against me, but that was completely immoral on my part, right?
Well, actually, there are certain laws about that to prevent that.
No, there isn't.
Same with
Utah
games.
is
If
a
you
buy
buy a game,
as is. It is your responsibility to do the checks. If I know you won't, I can sell you a
then
shitty car that
that's
breaks down
on you.
tomorrow.
That's on you. You buy
Morally,
a car
that's
that
on
you don't
me.
want to put the checks on. That's on you. Do
Yeah,
your due
that would be
diligence.
legally, but morally, if you are taking advantage of the system to make money and being dishonest about it, then morally
your turn.
you're going to be that's going to be your problem.
But then, with your same argument, you said you don't think it's morally wrong to pirate these games. It is. You're being dishonest. You're stealing. That's morally wrong.
Yeah, I said there are parts of it that are immoral, but I don't think it's a big deal.
So it's okay for you to be a little
Wait,
immoral.
I can go anywhere I want.
No, I think you did all your due
I don't know what
diligence
you're
to rightfully have the right to this game, and if they take it away from you, I don't care that you pirate it. Because in my opinion, that's not even pirating at that point. You bought the game; they're the ones being dicks.
But you
they can
didn't.
legally do that.
You didn't buy the game.
You bought it in the same way
That's
you
your
bought
big
any other
issue.
game.
No, it's not the same
Yes.
way. Not anymore. If it would, two wrongs don't make a right. Exactly, David.
I never said it made it right. I'm just saying I wouldn't consider you a bad person or that you did something bad.
And I don't consider these companies being bad. I don't agree with them. It's a business practice. It's stupid. I won't support it, but I'm not buying the
I think
games.
it's dishonest.
I don't
I think it's
so.
100% dishonest. They know
not their
people
fault
will
that
not
people
look at their
don't
terms
read.
and service. They know
So
people
why-
will
so they
skip all
need
of
to-
it.
They need to cater to all the stupid people that aren't going to read the terms and conditions.
No,
'cause
they
that's
don't have to
retarded.
cater at all,
So-
but they're taking advantage of the fact that that's what people do.
Then that
Yeah, like-
sounds like them. It sounds like the person that's buying the thing and not reading the contract. Read your contract.
It's like when a cop sets up a speed trap in a spot that's really hard to slow down at, or that the sign is like in a weird spot so they can get
Why
as
are
many
you
tickets
speeding?
as they want.
Why are you speeding?
Why are you speeding?
No, like let's say it's going from 50 to 45.
Yeah.
It's going from 50 to 45, and it's on like
And
a
you weren't paying
downhill.
attention?
It's really hard to slow down to 45. They pull you over
not
because you're
really.
going 53.
Get better brakes.
But this is what speed traps are.
Your
and they're legal. They are completely legal,
Yes.
but it makes you
So
a
you
dickhead.
passed a sign that said
Jared,
45.
that's like-
You're going 53. You're in the wrong.
Jared,
Slow the hell down.
Yes.
That's what they do in the town I live in, right up.
I know.
Right, when you go
I
into
know.
Blending.
And it
Come on.
makes that cop a
But
dickhead.
here's what you do.
I'm not saying it's legally
You
wrong.
might not
I'm not
like
saying
the
you can't do
practice.
that.
You just slow
You might
down
not like the practice,
beforehand.
but it's still a practice. And here's the thing.
the problem
it's
is-
your fault for speeding.
No, look, the thing is, there's a lot of times when you're like new to an area, you don't know a new sign's coming up.
Those are all
and
excuses.
it's in like a weird spot. I know they are, and they won't hold up in court. It doesn't matter. Legality is not moral.
I didn't say it was.
So
It's still
getting pulled over,
on you.
it's really not your fault, the first time at least, because you just didn't know.
Yeah, but not knowing the law doesn't mean you can't break the law.
I'm not saying, Conrad, legality is not morality. You can break the law and be a moral person.
Yeah, but Jared, you're saying, oh, it's not your fault because you didn't know. Well, it's not
I know.
our fault that you aren't paying attention.
that cop is a dickhead. I'm saying
I don't think so.
that no matter what the circumstances is, that cop is purposely doing that so he can get
Yeah.
as many tickets as possible.
Okay.
That cop is a dickhead.
So if you're not speeding, you won't get a ticket, which means he's only going to catch the people that are breaking the law that are speeding. Which when you get your driver's
But
license,
if
you
they
sign and
purposely
say
are
that
putting
you will
themselves in
obey
one of
the
those
law.
spots, if they are
That people
purposely
are
putting
speeding
themselves in one
in?
of those spots,
Oh no, let's go to the places that people aren't speeding and catch all the people that are speeding because nobody's speeding in those places. Or should we go to the places that people are speeding in to catch people that are speeding?
you would go to the places where it's dangerous to speed in. If you had a police system that wasn't built around
Anywhere
getting as many
is
tickets and
dangerous to
citations-
speed in, Jared. Anywhere is dangerous to speed. You got one idiot.
Yes, but then there's
who's
also
speeding,
the problem
kills a whole bunch
with
of people.
how people post all the signs. There's a problem with the what's it called, terrain. That sometimes you literally will get to the top of a hill. You were supposed to slow down or speed up, and you're impeding traffic all of a sudden, or you're going too fast. And if you live there, you learn that, and you account for it. But if you don't live there, then the cop gets you.
Well,
I'm not saying you're in the
I've
right.
driven across the United States, and I didn't get pulled over for a ticket because I just followed the speed.
it does
Well,
the
yeah,
same. I've never
these speed traps usually aren't on highways. They're usually in residential areas.
They're in
Well, I'm not
highways.
saying you shouldn't get a ticket. I'm
Your
not
turn,
saying
Jackson.
that. I'm saying
yes.
that if you're a cop and you know this spot is notorious because it's really hard to hit the sign right unless you know it's there.
I don't think there's any
You're a
spot that's
dickhead for
is
sitting there.
really. I use cruise control exactly, David. Three left do left do the. I don't. Anyways, I don't think so. I don't know there's any time besides it being like snowy that there's a spot where it would be hard to slow down.
But then,
yes,
at
you're
that
going
point, why are
downhill,
you
but
speeding during snowy times or hard weather?
Or bad
You're not
conditions,
speeding.
yeah.
The whole point
Bad
is you're not
trains.
speeding. The
Yeah, it
point
is.
of a speed trap is that you don't know that speed is about to change. And when it
No,
does, you usually don't have enough time to slow down. That's the point of a speed trap.
So
They
you're
are
not
in
paying
residential
attention
areas
to the
all over the
roads.
place.
yeah, and there's signs. You will see the sign before unless you're going stupidly fast. And it's usually not a big change. It's going from 55 to 40. That's a 15.
still me.
I have time to slow down.
Yeah, and where those places are
Guys,
happening.
you were talking about highways. Speed traps
No, I'm not.
exist.
I
I'm
drive
not.
through cities, Jared. I saw somebody get pulled over by a speed trap. He was in an empty lot yesterday. I have it on my dash cam. He gets pulled over because instead of going 40, he was going 54. And he
Okay.
gets pulled over in the middle of
Yeah.
town. Guess what?
Yeah.
The cop was hiding. That's a speed trap.
Okay.
He should have been slowing down. He should have driven slower. He should have
Yeah,
maybe gone
I'm
the
not
speed
saying
limit
that
or 5 over.
that you shouldn't be held accountable. What I'm saying is that the cop sitting there, knowing that people are going to
Cop's
mess
a dick
up.
for doing his job. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm saying the cop is a dick because he's pulling everybody over at a spot and purposely doing something and
Because
taking
people are
advantage
speeding
of
at
the
that
system
spot.
to get tickets.
I don't think he's taking advantage. If people aren't paying attention, Now they're going to pay attention and realize, oh, I need to slow down in this area because it does slow down and cops are patrolling because people aren't paying attention that it goes from 50 to 40 or something. Like, or 30 to 25. Like, I don't see how that's that bad. Damn.
I think the cops are dead.
Well,
Yeah, you can think that, but he's doing his job.
But here's the thing. Speed
If he was shooting everybody that was speeding, yeah, he's a dick.
Wait, holy crap, I got a lot of money.
Yeah, but that's also morally wrong. What I'm saying is there are times when you can be legally right and be morally wrong.
Yeah, but I don't think he's morally wrong or anything for doing his job.
I think he is. He's not doing his job.
Oh, catching people that are speeding? You're saying everybody who gets caught by a speed trap are people that don't know that the speed limit changes or that they couldn't slow down because it's a hill.
You're taking my argument. You're taking my argument to the extreme, so you can disprove it.
No, I'm not. How many people do you think they catch because they don't know that?
How many people do I think they catch that were trying diligently to follow the law, but it was just set up in a way that it was kind of really hard unless you knew it was coming?
Give me a scenario. What road are we talking about? Because I don't know any road that I would say, oh, yeah, I didn't have enough time to slow down. My GPS will tell me that the speed limit changes.
There's a few roads where I live where that is the case.
Well, I think you're just a bad driver at that point, then.
No, there are roads in Naples where are straight line. They are straight line. They are like flat as can be. You can see all the way to the end.
Yeah.
But there are trees in the ways of the signs. And so when you're driving, there's a sign. You don't know what the new limit is, if it's higher or lower.
We're just trading money here, Jared. Oh, crap!
I know.
A lot more money.
You don't know if it's higher or lower, and because Naples, for whatever reason, has its own police force. It has an entire police force, and it's like basically.
I've driven through Naples. I didn't get pulled over.
Yeah, I haven't got pulled over either. But I'm saying I have seen the cops hide behind those signs that have been covered up by the trees.
But then,
just so
Jared,
they can catch people that don't know how to change.
If they are physically covered by trees, that is illegal because those signs need to be visible. So there's your fighting point.
I know.
You would hey,
but Jackson, just because you don't know what the speed limit is doesn't mean you don't get a ticket. You can't even dispute it.
No.
If there's no postage for the sign.
You go to court. You show up to court.
Jackson, if you're in an area where there are no postage signs, so like in residential areas, they only have to have a postage sign around certain
25
roads.
miles an hour.
So do 25.
No. There are residential areas here that are 35. They have no postage sign for 15 blocks. They only have it at the highway.
What's the issue?
If you drive 25, you get a ticket for being too slow.
No. If there's no
happened to you?
Signage.
Hey Jackson,
I've never seen someone. Oh, I need it. That's right. I've never seen someone get a ticket for driving too slow.
Unless it's on the freeway and you're impeding traffic,
but
in a residential
get a
area,
ticket that way. You can get a ticket that way.
You can.
It's legal for them to give you a ticket. So if they have a place like that, they can give you a ticket. You can't dispute it just because you didn't know what the speed limit was because there was no postage.
But why are you gonna go 30, 40, 50
Do you not
miles
have a
if you don't see
GPS?
the signage?
I'm not saying you're going fast, Jackson. I'm saying you're going too slow. If you're in a place that goes 35 and you're going 25, a cop can legally give you a ticket and you cannot dispute it, even if there was no sign on where you were driving.
Jared, no matter... Legally, they can give you a ticket for going 1 mile under or 1 mile above.
I know.
That's stupid.
Yeah, you're going
and it makes that cop a dick.
So I'll give him something that I can agree with. Yes, David, what are you going to give him? If he pulls you over for going 1 mile over, yeah, he's a dick.
Yeah. And it's the same thing for these
sitting out there and people speeding over these things because your claim is people are special and don't know when speed limits change. That's on them.
When it's common sense.
That's not on the cop.
If the sign is covered by a tree, it's not the cop's job to uncover it, but he can still arrest you or give you a ticket.
You're going extreme.
It's the city's
That's not
job
extreme.
to keep those posts, the signs open.
Because the simple thing, like
the
Jackson
city's
saying,
job, but the cop can still give you a ticket.
Yes, he
can
give you a ticket.
You still have to pay
Go
it.
to court. Go to court with the pictures. You show the judge, they'll throw it out. You have a high
No,
chance
they won't.
because, hey,
You
have you
should have
done
known
it?
what the
And
speed limit
second-
was.
So,
But
Jared,
if
you're
it's
just
covered-
arguing that
But if it's covered,
You don't know if they'll throw it
have
out.
legit reason why.
I do know they
pictures.
won't throw it out. If there's any
you've done
postage
it?
at all that's not covered, you are still liable for breaking the speed limit.
okay, then you
If
should have
all
seen
of them
it.
are covered and you have proof of
Jackson,
that,
end your turn.
then
Oh. scrolling.
you can dispute it. But if there's any postage
so-
at all anywhere,
So why didn't you see that?
have to follow it.
That's on you then. You should have seen it.
Relax. Nothing.
So it
No, what
still
I'm saying
comes
is
down
the
to
only postage you're able
wrong
to see
'cause
is
you didn't see
covered.
it.
No, the
Oh,
only
so
postage you're
they're all
able to see
covered.
is covered.
So
No,
then it would be legally, you could get it thrown out because you can't see it.
no.
You just
It's
said
the
that.
same reason as if you live in a residential area, or if you're in a residential area, and you're going someplace, and there's no postage because they only have that postage in certain areas, and the whole time you're driving you don't see a single speed limit sign. If you break the speed limit, you're still liable for the ticket. It's the
Yeah,
same thing as if the
It
speed
is your
limit sign
fault.
is covered.
It is your fault.
But if you're in
When
a
you're
residential
traveling,
area,
no, but here, wait, Jackson. When you're traveling, you're supposed to know the laws that you're going through. Like, yes, is it reasonable that you're going to look it all up? No, nobody does. Or some people
Exactly,
do.
that's
I'll
the
look
whole
through when I was
argument.
driving through. When I was driving through states, I looked up which states I could watch my iPad on and get in trouble with, and which ones I can't. So I turned off my iPad and didn't watch Harry Potter. Jackson, end your turn.
yeah.
And there's some states you can watch movies while you're driving.
I wish.
So
Yeah, I know. That's the whole
that's the
argument,
thing.
though.
That's on you. It's your job. It's not the government to hand feed you and tell you every single law and make it easy. If you're going to drive
I
through an area
know.
that you don't
The
know and you don't know the
argument
laws,
is
you should
not
look
that
it
you
up.
should be able to break laws if you don't know them. The argument is
I didn't say it was.
if
It's
someone
on
takes
you.
advantage of that system,
It's not
are
taking
they an
advantage.
asshole?
No, it's not taking
It
advantage.
is taking advantage. If a cop parks
Because
in
you
its
don't
car,
know doesn't mean it's taking advantage. It's your fault for not knowing.
oh my
that's
gosh,
not taking
it is
advantage.
taking advantage of
No.
that. They know you don't know.
How do they know that,
They
Jared, until
know
they
you
get up?
don't.
You could just be speeding. You could be being a typical person and speeding.
Sometimes
So you're just
Telling you,
assuming
the whole point
everybody
of parking,
just doesn't know.
the whole point of having a speed trap is not so you catch the actual people that are speeding. Because if you want to catch the actual people that are speeding, you don't need a speed trap. You just park somewhere.
I think
But
you're
if you
just calling
park
speed
at a
traps speed traps.
specific
Jerry.
speed trap,
no, speed traps
you-
are to catch those people that don't slow down for the signs.
Yeah.
Those are the people speeding through town, more likely.
your time.
I know, but when you have an actual speed trap, a legitimate speed trap, not one where they're just
What's your-
parked
when
off
we
the
had-
road where you
when
won't
we
see the
had one of
cop.
those special rare speed traps that happen 1 in a million, not all the
So-
ones
That
that they
happens a
catching
lot,
the people
actually.
that are speeding. I don't
What's
think in your situation. I don't think so. I don't think
What's-
people are that
Cops are
naive that they don't
incentivized to
know.
give tickets. If you're
all
incentivized
of
to do
them.
something, you're going to figure, yes, all of them. Every state
No,
cop
that's
gets incentivized.
That's not every state.
It is every
And he
state.
said,
Not every state.
Name
Jackson, your
one.
turn.
oh.
I would have to Google it. You name
And
all the
second
states
of
that do,
all-
and I'll disprove one of them.
Every
Even-
single one of them.
When I was in Orem and Pleasant Grove, they didn't care until the last day of the month to do those ticket things.
So don't drive that day.
Yeah.
Is
They,
that,
like,
but
'cause
that's
they
the
have
thing.
To,
Here's the thing,
they're
guys.
not incentive.
If they are
have to
taking
make a
advantage of the
goal.
system to get, because they are incentivized to get numbers, and the only way you can get those kind of numbers is to take advantage, or the best way, I should say, not the only way. The best way is to take advantage. You can
And
get
your
all
turn,
of your
Jackson.
tickets in one day
Play again, Jackson.
if you
Yeah.
park it in a very sneaky spot that's really hard for most people to slow down on time.
Just don't speed. That's on you again. If you don't know this
Legally,
the speed
yes.
limit, that's on you.
Morally, no.
Someone already
No, it is. Morally, yes. You
time to pay.
No,
you
it's not.
agreed. You're being dishonest. If you agreed to have a driver's license that you would obey the laws, and then you're going to be like, oh, I didn't know the speed limit, well, you should probably learn the laws, but maybe don't drive if you're going to be dishonest about it.
Okay, so by your logic, if you're going 1 mile over the speed limit and you get pulled over, that cop's not a dickhead.
It's on
He's
you.
not doing anything morally
No, yeah.
wrong. That's on you.
Hey, I was
If you're
speeding.
going 1 mile under
Technically,
the speed
But
limit,
that's why
Yeah.
there's laws. There's a law, usually in states, where it's saying if, there's a certain amount of range. As long as they're not driving recklessly, they can drive in this range.
They don't have
And
a range law.
That's mostly Montana.
That's up to the
I
cop.
think is the only one that has that left.
Yeah.
No, Montana doesn't have it either because they needed funding for their roads.
Oh.
So you have to follow the speed limits. That was back in the day.
But I just don't understand. You don't think that you could take advantage of the system and be legally in the right, but morally in the wrong?
I don't know if you're not following the laws, you're not following the speed limit. How are they taking advantage of you? Because you want to break the law.
I don't want to break the law.
Oh,
But
you don't want to break
in
the
a
law?
situation where it's extremely hard not to.
Well,
And then if they know that's the situation, instead of fixing the situation,
your turn,
it's not
Jackson.
very, very rare. There's 8 in this town.
Well, then why don't people know those?
They do. Everyone talks about them. We all warn each other about
Then
them.
don't speed.
That's good for a local person. But Conacher, if
Why
you
is
know
out,
this is a
why
problem,
is out
instead of
people out of
fixing the
town
problem,
speeding? Why are people outside of town speeding?
because they don't know the postage.
The speed limit?
They can go from 35
They don't have
to
a smart app?
25. Most people don't use their phones, dude.
I would say 75% of people use their phones or have a
Especially
GPS in their
traveling
cars.
people.
But that's
They're
not
not
part of
living there.
that's not part of driving law, Conacher.
No, but it shows you
Just
the
because
postage of the speed. Yo, I just stopped in. This is already fire. Hey, Zach,
That's
what's
not
up?
part of the law, Conacher. Because those
What do you
things can
mean?
also be wrong.
They can be, but you can
Yes.
do your due diligence, Jared. It's still on you.
This is the dumbest
No,
conversation
wait,
I've ever had.
Jared. Where your point could stand would be...
Jackson, click your button.
Sorry. Where your stance could actually have an argument would be... Why is it okay for cops to lie to us, but we can't lie to them?
That's a better
Even-
argument. They shouldn't
That's
be able
way
to lie to
better
us.
Same
argument
thing.
than the speed limit.
No, it
it's
isn't.
not. Because
Yes,
that
it
actually
is.
They're not
has
lying.
no...
How are they lying, Jared? Cops
They
don't
are
let them
being
speed.
dishonest.
No, they're not. How?
They are purposely using a system they know is broken in some kind of way, is at disadvantage to the public, and they're using it to get funding or get money. That is dishonest.
By you
what would
speeding.
be honest is that you find out that this is a problem, and you go to the city to make it so those signs are more visible.
So by you speeding,
That would be the
yeah,
honest thing.
The cops should, or should the people? Because I think that's on to the
The
people, not the
cop
cops.
should.
Oh, so
He
it's
is
all
a
up on the
civil
cops.
servant. He's a civil servant. It's part
Yeah.
of his job, Conacher. So you're getting mad
To
at him
what,
for not
fix the
doing his
city?
job.
I'm not.
Yes. If he finds out there is a huge amount of people that can't slow down in this point, or they don't see the sign, he should go tell the city that
Yeah,
this
and
sign
I
needs to be better
doubt
posted.
that it's because of the people. I think it's because
There's
the
actually
people just want to
speedsters.
speed.
It's usually
Yeah, that's
in high
not at
areas
all
or
how it
schools
works.
areas
I'm,
where people will
prove me
speed.
wrong. Isn't it up to the
I-
state to fix the signs? Yes, it's not up to the police officers. It's up to the states.
No, it's up to the city, first off.
Okay, the city,
That's-
depending on the roads we're talking about,
The
still
city
not
also
up to the
pays the
police.
cop. The city
Oh,
pays
they
the
pay
cop.
they pay
The
my
cop
they
is a
pay my
civil
damn
servant.
trash guy. I
If-
don't get him to fix the damn signs. Come
I'm
on,
not
Jared.
saying he has to, but the cop is a civil
would the
servant.
cops have to?
It would be dishonest if they take advantage of that rather than
don't
getting
think
it
so.
fixed so they can save people.
Oh,
Their
okay.
whole point is to
yeah,
keep
because
people
people
safe.
don't want to speed.
No, Conacher, the whole point is they can still park there, but if they do their due
Yeah.
diligence and make sure that everyone knows.
So you're
that
talking
this
about a
part-
specific place where there's trees covering up. Which, hey, guess what?
No,
you could go
I'm
to
saying
City Hall
any
and
speed
talk
trap
about it.
ever. I'm saying any speed trap
No,
ever.
that's
Where the
that's
where the postage
no.
Okay,
is
what,
too
what about
short.
school speed traps? Schools
Those
in
make sense.
Session.
Oh, those ones are fine.
The signs light up. There's no trees in front
Oh
of
my-
them.
there's
They are
no
blatant.
not all
They
signs
have
are
talking
warning
about-
signs.
You're talking about a very small amount of speed traps, maybe in your town because you're mad about it. But that's not how it is all the places. So maybe you have some bad cops. Maybe you should go to City Hall, Jared. You're a place. You pay taxes
Dude,
there. Go to City Hall and say, hey, these
It's
signs
not my
need
job.
to be better.
It's,
Oh,
it's not
shit.
dishonest for
It
me
is-
not
we
to
the
do
It
that.
is up
people-
to the citizens.
We, the people, should not fight the government when they're doing bad things. I get it. I get it.
No, the person that their job is to actually pay attention to those things should have to do
Because
that.
it's not my job to fix our country.
I'm saying, okay, everyone shut up for a second. Everyone shut up. Is it more honest for the cop to take advantage of that or to fix it? Is it better for the citizens
you're putting
to take advantage
the
of that or
blame on
to
the
fix
cops.
it?
Why don't you? You have the same due diligence as the cops, Jared.
Answer the question.
Same due diligence.
Answer the question. Answer the question. Is it more
just your
honest?
two answers?
Is it more
No, I'm not
honest?
answering your dumb question.
Okay, then this conversation is done. Let's go to the next topic.
Jared, why don't you do it? Why
Hunter,
does it have
answer
to be
my
the cops?
question. Is it more honest? If there was a cop that took advantage of it, or if there's a cop that turns it in, which one's more honest? Which one's more morally
Maybe they
okay?
did. Do you know if they did turn it in?
And
I'm
they
asking
turn it in
you,
and still be
Connor.
doing it, Jared.
Answer the question. Yes or no? Is one more honest than the other one?
I would say neither.
So
It's
neither,
not in
both of
their
them are the
job.
same then. To you, both of them are morally the same.
If a cop knows that the sign's hidden, guess what? Everybody driving by also knows that that sign's hidden. Everybody who's a citizen knows that sign's being hidden in that town. Guess what they could do? Oh, let me dial up the mayor's office and be like, hey, the sign is covered up.
And then guess what? If that
Yeah,
doesn't
so
work,
you're
guess what?
saying-
How do you
you're
not
saying-
know the cops didn't do it?
You're saying
They could have told
a
people.
cop that doesn't care about any of that and instead parks his car specifically there because he knows it and knows that people are going to mess up is the same as a cop that goes and gets it done. Goes and gets it fixed so people can be safe on the road. Those two people are the same.
So the people that are speeding that know that there's a speed trap there.
No, don't ask the question. Answer me the
Dude, this
question.
is
Those
gonna
two
be-
people are the same.
yes.
Sure.
Okay then.
And
If that's your answer, I'm okay with that answer. If you believe that, that's okay with me. I just want to get
Jared,
it clear.
You're only giving me two options, and I'm like, oh, you got to choose out of
Yes,
this one.
those
This one.
are
Do you
the
want a
two
shotgun
options.
or a pistol? Which way do you
My
want to
whole
die?
my whole point is that you
Neither.
can be within legal limit and be morally not good.
So for them doing their job and catching people that are speeding, because you're in your scenario,
That's not what I'm saying.
all the people that are being pulled over are people that don't know that there's a speed trap, don't know that
That's
the
not
speed
what I
limit
said
is
either.
changing.
That's not what
Yeah,
I said
that's
either.
what it is.
I'm only talking
So
about the
all the
intention of the
people-
cop, Conager. I'm only talking about the intention of the cop. I don't care
The
if no
intention of the
one
cop is
breaks
to
the
do his
law.
job.
Then, if no one breaks the law, then he doesn't catch anybody. Is he still an asshole?
Yeah.
He
No.
parked himself there specifically
He's not an
to catch
asshole,
people,
period,
and they never
Jared.
did anything.
So what about the cop cars that don't have to disguise, like they're just a normal car-looking car, just sitting there on the side of the road, just waiting for someone just to speed by them?
That's fine. But if you do it specifically knowing that there's a place that's really hard or that the sign is covered, that makes you an asshole because you're specifically doing it.
I think that's your
just to get
opinion
people.
that makes them an asshole. I don't think they are.
I think
Just
I think it
because
does.
you were speeding, that makes you an
No,
asshole.
we're not talking about people that are breaking the law. We're talking about the intention of people upholding the law and how they can
So
be within the
upholding the
law
law,
and still be
An
wrong.
undercover cop.
Wait. No, you just said they're upholding the law. They wouldn't be pulled
Yes.
over, so the cop's not an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're upholding the
But
law,
they're-
but they're doing it in a way that takes advantage of the system. Instead of solving the problem, they perpetuate it and
Because
get
the problem
bonuses
is
from
people
it.
speeding.
Yes, the problem is people are speeding in this one area specifically. Okay, let's say you have a problem area, people are speeding a lot in this area. You go
Okay,
there, you find
and
out, oh,
wait.
it's because of this X factor. Instead of solving that, instead of doing that, you
How
say,
do you not
I'm going to
know
park
he
here so I can
reported
get all
it?
my
How-
parking tickets this week.
This is another question. How
So
do you
we're
not know
assuming
he reported
that-
it?
That we're assuming he didn't report it, Jared?
Yes, I
And are
literally
we
laid it
assuming
out for you.
wait, no, listen. We're assuming that every single person that is driving through this does not know the speed limit.
That doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't. Then
So,
if
yeah,
everybody
I
driving
just
the
told
speed
you
limit,
there's a
then how is he an
high,
asshole?
there is a high concentration of speeding happening on this road. The cop
Yeah.
identifies the problem and then decides to take advantage of it to get
And-
all of his stuff. Does that make him an asshole?
No!
No.
All right then, that's okay.
That's what we've said 20 minutes ago, 2 hours ago.
No, you never answered the question. You kept
Yeah,
asking
I
me
did.
more questions.
I honestly said he's not an asshole for doing his job.
So he's
I
the
think it's the
same
person's
amount
fault.
of doing his job as the guy that goes and gets it fixed so that public can be safe so no one speeds through that
I don't think.
unknowingly.
Here's the thing, Jared. I think it's up to the people to get it fixed, not the cops. If you want it fixed, you should get it fixed. If you think these signs need to be trimmed down,
Or
they need
how
to be
do you
trimmed
not
down.
know he reported it and the county or the
Oh
city
my
is
God.
not doing anything about it?
I
Then the city
made
is
up
not
the
doing anything about it.
scenario, guys. The scenario
Exactly.
is
We're
you have
just
two
adding on
cops.
to this scenario.
You have two cops. Okay.
Okay,
Which
new
one's
scenario.
worse? One that
Neither.
fixes it so that people can stop speeding on accident, or one that
Yeah,
takes
your turn.
advantage of people speeding on accident to get all the money? Which one's worse? That's all the information. I'm not saying that there's morally gray places. I'm just
Neither.
saying these specific examples. Which one's worse?
Because guess what, Jared? Those areas
Which one
that
protected
happens,
Which one protected the people more?
both protected the people more.
Technically,
No.
yeah, both would still be protected.
No.
Because
One
here's the
allowed the
thing,
situation
where
to keep
that-
going
where
so they
that
could
thing
profit.
happens, when that, where that
You're
happens,
assuming that that's why they're doing it.
but that's
I made the guy up. I know that's why he's doing it.
Okay, Jared, so in your perfect scenario, yeah,
Yeah,
he would
the
be
one
an
I made
asshole
up that was
because
a
you're making
hypothetical.
You're making it so, yes, in that exact scenario, but I
Yes.
don't think so in real life. He's not an asshole. No, we need
Oh my
marshmallows.
gosh!
There.
I'm saying he is working within the law and he's morally
Yeah,
wrong.
He's fine. He's fine.
Holy crap!
It's fine.
He's fine. He's good.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
he's fine.
But the first
It's
of
not
all,
his fault everybody's in dumbass and just speeding.
but here's the thing: where those things happens everywhere.
Yes, dude, facts.
And no matter what, if the signs are posted visible, people are gonna still speed past them, still
Yes,
going 40
I
miles
know.
over, 10
I'm
miles
saying,
over.
would it be better if a person made sure people weren't doing it on accident for safety reasons, or if someone took advantage of it to profit from the situation
See,
and
here-
kept
Well,
the
they
dangerous
don't
stuff happening?
technically profit off of it.
Yes, they do. They have to get certain
Dude, your
numbers.
turn.
They get a profit, not
Not every state. I did look it up.
monetarily.
Not every state does.
And like Utah requires them to have so many tickets. They don't get money off the tickets.
Oh my gosh, guys.
Also,
You're
I don't care about the ticket thing.
Totally missing the whole entire argument here.
Home sweet home.
The argument is both of them are legally in the right. One of them's an
Yeah.
asshole.
I don't think so.
No.
Here's the thing. They're both doing their jobs. Also, here's the third option. Why don't you stand out there with a sign saying speed trap?
You can.
Tell everybody
do
there's a
that.
speed trap.
You could just do that
You can.
with
And you're the
GPS.
good. You're the hero that this town needed, but didn't
So
want.
there's
you
a
could just
hero,
do
so
that with
who's the villain?
GPS.
Who's the villain then?
All the
No one.
dumbasses speeding. You're warning them.
Oh, right. Right.
The cop's just doing his job. It's not his fault
Yeah.
that everybody wants to speed.
Yep. I remember, the cop's job description is figure out how to manipulate the system so that you can get the most tickets.
Oh, let's see. Oh, my job is to manipulate the system. I get it. Let's make sure everybody speeds because that's what people want to do. People speed.
Happens. Don't settle.
Yeah, people do
That's
speed.
the thing.
And
And
you
guess
should be
what?
trying to catch the ones that are doing it on purpose and trying to minimize
How do you
people
know, Jared,
accidentally
who's
doing them.
doing it on purpose and who's not? That's
Yeah.
the whole thing.
You don't. That's the
Exactly.
whole
So
point.
pull everybody
But
over
the
that's
first
speeding.
cop doesn't care. The first cop doesn't care if you're doing it on accident or on purpose. He wants to get the bonuses from you doing it. So he keeps it there. The other cop fixes the problem.
So
the-
stop
so that
speeding.
the
I think
society
it
can be
becomes a moral
safer.
issue of I think you individually need to stop speeding. Stop getting tickets, Jared. Slow down and put your cruise a little slower. If it's 40, put it 40.
You are changing the argument from who's at the most fault
between
to
the two,
is this cop an asshole?
Exactly.
No!
David puts out a good point. How do you know which one's the two? Exactly. You don't know which what the cop is going to do. We have Google Maps and it has stops and road signs. Exactly, Zach.
And they
That's
tell you
not
about
part of the
speed
law.
traps.
There is so many different ways to know the laws and the speeds that if you get pulled over for speeding,
It's
either
your
you're an
fault.
idiot and you didn't pay attention, but it doesn't matter. It's your fault. You're driving.
Okay,
It's
this is
not
not
the
even the
cop's
argument,
fault.
guys. This
It's
isn't
not
the
the
argument.
cop's fault.
He's
Unless
not
he
doing-
shoots you for speeding,
He's not a
it's
dick.
not
I
the cop's
never
fault.
said it was
And
the
if
cop's
you're-
fault.
if
I'm
you're
saying
black,
he's
then it
taking
is the cop's
advantage of
fault.
a broken system so that he can
Whatever, you
benefit.
can't say that on stream.
I just did.
But I was gonna say, he's not a dick.
Guys, you're misrepresenting the entire argument. It has nothing to do with who's caught speeding, what the person was doing. I'm saying the intention of the cop is to not fix the problem, is to not protect the freaking people. It is so he can get the most pullovers and tickets. While the second cop is trying to fix it so that everybody can be safe, at least the people that want to be.
See, here's the difference. The first one is not a dick. The other one's just
Jared,
more
exactly,
outstanding.
Nicole. Freaking Jared, stop speeding.
He's
Exactly,
Zach. Outstanding police officer. One's doing the bare minimum. One's doing overachieving. There's no difference.
Yeah, and if you're a civil servant and you're doing the bare minimum, you're a dick.
No. If you're making up your own laws, you're a dick. Lying, you're a dick.
If you are manipulating a scenario to get benefit at other people's expense...
They're not manipulating anything.
Yes, you are. You know that there's a problem here, so you park there.
You're not manipulating.
Jackson, if you know there's a problem there, and you know you'll benefit if you do something, and you could do something else that would fix it, but instead you choose the one that benefits you, you're manipulating it.
So...
Now we can advance this and be like, okay, he reported it, but he's going to sit out there and he's going to warn everybody that speeds. Hey, pay attention next time.
One person.
But it's not the scenario.
Okay, yeah, but your scenario is flawed in so many different ways. But
it's a hypothetical.
Exactly.
It's not supposed to be real life.
Listen, Linda. So here's the thing. You're claiming one cop's calling the mayor, calling these people to get the things cut. The other cop is setting up speed traps to warn. And here's the thing: maybe that in his book is a way that he's gonna warn people.
And guess what?
Yeah.
It works because everyone talks about it.
And maybe lynching black people was to protect the white people of the community. It doesn't make it right.
You can't save that online.
Yeah, it doesn't make it right. Jackson, shut up.
It doesn't make it right.
I didn't say that was right.
Justification for it doesn't make you a good person.
But here's the thing, Jared. But here's the thing. One person's speeding. The other person's not.
I'm not saying the cop is in the wrong, Conager. Holy crap, how many times I've said this? Is the cop a dick for taking advantage of the situation and benefiting from it?
I've said that 17 times. The cop's not a dick.
So he puts the public at risk because he knows there's a problem, and he benefits from it. And so he doesn't solve the problem. He's not a dick.
Yeah, no, he's not a dick.
So in your book, a cop's only job is to write tickets.
I didn't say that. You're putting words in my mouth. Good job.
Okay, a cop's job is to write tickets. Not his only job, but that's his job. What is a cop's job then?
Good job.
Yeah, part of his job. Ways to get tickets,
what's the other parts of his job, Conager?
Serve and protect. What kind of cop are we talking about?
Oh, so he's serving and protecting by doing that instead of solving the situation.
What is your job? What is your job? As a driver, what is your job? Oh,
We're not talking about the driver, Conager. We're not talking about the driver, Conager.
Yeah,
We're talking about the cop.
Let's not blame
the situation. But you
have
to look at both sides of the situation, Jared.
They are not in the right legally. Oh my gosh, I'm talking about how you can be in the wrong legally and be in the right morally.
Well, this is our podcast, Jamie. Jared, okay, here, Jamie, let me ask my manager. Jamie, Jared is saying if a cop has set up a speed trap knowing that people are going to speed because signs are covered up or whatever, is he a dick? Or is that just his job and people should slow down? And he's not a dick because people are speeding and that's on them and
that's not
because
the hypothetical. That's not the hypothetical. The hypothetical was
or is it on the people being a dick?
There's two cops. It has nothing to do with the drivers. There's two cops. One knows there's a speed trap. They know there's a place that for whatever reason people are speeding. He finds out why and he can solve the problem. But instead, he parks there and he gets as many tickets as he can. The other cop solves the problem and makes sure the public is safe. Which one's more an asshole?
Okay, you've changed it now, but now
that's
you're saying
exactly
which one's
what I've been saying
more
for the
of an
last
asshole.
hour.
Jared, it's been on the stream. I can go back, and it's definitely not the hypothetical you gave us at the very beginning.
Connor, that is what I've been saying this whole time, and you guys said they were both the same because they're both doing their job.
You did not say which one's more an asshole. You said, is this one an asshole? Which one's an asshole? Who's winning
Yes.
Monopoly? I'm definitely.
Which one's worse
losing.
than the other one? Which one's worse than the other one?
But it doesn't.
I'd say they're both doing it. It is the city's responsibility to fix the signs. It is your job as a driver to abide by the laws, and that's from
That's
Nicole.
not an
If you're
answer.
smart, she
That's
definitely
not
has a
an
driver's
answer.
license.
That's not an
That
answer.
is. It's not on the
No, 'cause I'm
cop's
asking you
job.
out of those two
It
cops,
doesn't make. Oh no, that's
Which one is better morally?
No, Jared, it's not on them. For them doing their job, you're speeding.
That's
on
what the
you,
hypothetical
not making
is.
the cop.
That's
the
what
cop's
the
not a dick.
hypothetical
That's
is.
where I'm coming from. The cop's not a dick for you breaking the law.
Yeah,
The cop can't be a dick for him enforcing the law. Period.
Now, if he's enforcing it wrongly, then he's a dick.
But then he's not forcing the law.
Yeah.
I am asking if you take
No.
advantage of the legal system, even though it's legal.
It's not being a
There's
dick.
loopholes everywhere.
That's,
It's not
He
being a
is
dick.
taking advantage. He knows there's a problem
Jared,
with this road.
You can
and
take
instead
advantage of
fixing
shit.
it-
That doesn't mean you're being a dick.
Yes, it does.
now, if you do it to
So
a
I'm taking
two-year-old,
advantage of the
If it's
Best Buy
at
credit
somebody else's
card doesn't mean I'm a
expense, if
dick.
it's at somebody else's expense, you're a dick.
No.
Yes, that's why
Wrong.
Nintendo's in the wrong when they make all these
False.
stupid licensing shit.
That's a whole different
They're
thing,
a
Jared.
dick.
That's a
Jared,
whole
your
different
stance
thing.
would stand better if you went with, is it okay for cops to lie to us, and we can't?
No.
Yeah, I don't think cops
No.
can lie to us. I
That's
think
not
that
the
should be
problem.
a given
Stupid.
thing.
That's not the
I
problem.
mean, that is a problem.
That
but
is the same. This
because
is a better
a lot of the
argument.
time it's
better argument.
illegal for a cop to lie to you.
no,
A
it isn't.
lot of the time it is.
No, he can
No,
lie
it
to you
isn't.
up.
No,
Nintendo's
there-
are dicks,
Jackson,
yes,
he
Nintendo
can lie
is
to
a
you
dick.
about certain things. He can't lie to
No.
you about everything.
Yes, he can.
No,
We
he can't.
can't lie
He
to
can't say,
them.
"Hey, this is your lawyer," and it's actually just another cop. That's illegal.
Well,
No, they
shit.
can't say
That's-
that. But you don't
It's
trust
not
it.
against the law to be a dick. Exactly. It's not against the law to be a dick.
But-
I
You
never
can be
said
a
it
dick.
was. I'm just saying.
No, I'm
morally
reading my
he's a
comment,
dick.
Jared. Calm your tits.
He's just reading
Holy
comments.
shit.
I don't care if he's just reading comments. The comment
I'm
section
just
is
saying the
as dumb
cop's
as you
not being
are.
a dick. The cop's not being a dick for doing his job. Period. That's my opinion. That's Jackson's opinion. That's what my chat's pretty much saying. So I would say you're outvoted. That means you're wrong.
Yeah,
Jackson,
this
your
is a
turn.
democracy.
Morality
We
is
the
not a
people.
democracy. It's a
We,
fact.
the people. It's not
No,
a fact.
it's not.
People have
It's
different
about
moralities,
opinions,
Jared.
Jared. You can't do facts on opinions. You s-
Morality is not a freaking opinion,
Thanks,
guys.
Ed.
It
It is,
is!
Jared.
It's
Morality
all about
changes
your
depending on the person.
preference.
So
It's
you're
about
in the
your
wrong, Jared.
Uh-huh.
Jared, how is
So
morality
if I live in a
not-
country,
Yeah.
where it's okay to kill Jews,
Yeah,
then it's okay to kill Jews, and that morally is
we
right.
didn't say that.
Yes,
You just said it's subjective.
But, Jared,
if it's
it
that
is.
subjective,
that is objective.
no,
So
it's
yes,
not.
into
Morality is
your
not
objective.
subjective.
You personally could think it's fine, Jared, and you and your person could say it's
Like
morally
eating
right.
bugs.
Doesn't mean it is.
Let's
Yeah.
get on a smaller,
Just like you guys
a
are saying
smaller
about
thing.
this cop.
Eating bugs.
Just like how you guys are
Exactly.
saying about this cop.
Yeah, well, not just us and
So
everybody
morality
that's
has
watching
a
me.
factual basis.
No,
It doesn't matter if you think it's moral.
So you're saying you're wrong because everybody in my comments is saying we're right. So morally, that
No.
means we're right, and you're wrong.
No, I
That's
never
what you just
said it
said.
was a. I never said it was a democracy, Conager. You're totally
your
making up
morality
facts so
trumps
you can prove me
our-
wrong.
Your
You're
morality
making
trumps
up
our
arguments
morality.
and disproving
Your
those
morality-
arguments. You're not listening to what I'm saying.
Your morality trumps our morality. We can't have two different moralities. It's your morality, not
I
our
never
morality.
said that.
You
I just said that
kinda
there
did.
is an actual factual morality.
No,
Whether or not
there's not.
me or
Whose is
you are
right?
closer
Whose is
to
right
it
then?
doesn't matter.
The norm
So whose morality
morality
is
is
right?
usually based off of the Bible because that's been around a long time. But
In the
morality
Christian
is how
culture,
you're raised.
Jackson,
Think about bugs. A lot of people think that's disgusting and that's sick. But there's a lot of cultures think it's okay to eat bugs and they do it. It's all
not
about
moral.
how you're raised and how you were.
It's all perspective.
you're raised.
Exactly, Zach. Zach says it's all perspective, and that's true.
Yes.
You can be
So
raised
you're
in
that's
telling
why
me
you
that it
can't-
can be moral.
That's why it can't
So-
be 100% truth.
So you guys are arguing for moral relativism. Morality
What?
is relative depending on your situation.
Yeah.
So if you grow
Who
up
are.
in Nazi Germany
Is this what
and you're told that
he
Jews
said?
are not human
that
and
what
you
he
shoot
said?
a Jew,
Mm.
morally you're not in the wrong.
Yes, if you were raised that way, yes.
It's okay, then morality's
And
not
if
real.
you're in that
so who
community,
cares?
But
yes.
Jared,
So
that's
who
where
cares?
it comes
Morality's
to.
not real.
That's
You
why
said
there's
it
laws
is.
because You can't base everything off your own opinion. That's why
If
we have
you're calling
laws.
people assholes or dicks, you have to admit that there's some kind of moral standard.
No, I don't.
Then everyone's an asshole and everyone's a dick.
Yeah,
And it doesn't mean
exactly. To
anything.
my opinion.
Words don't mean anything.
Exactly. They don't.
Yes.
They're all made up by people.
So what's the point of
They
even
have no
talking about
meaning.
this?
You're the one who brought it up, and we're just saying the cop's not a fucking asshole, Jared. He's doing
Yeah,
his
and every
job.
time you
Stop
have
speeding.
answered my question,
Stop speeding.
every time you've
Stop
answered
speeding.
my question, I've said, okay, I'm okay with that. And then you keep
No, you
talking.
didn't. Not every time.
kept
I've done
on
it 3 or
you
4
kept on-
times.
Hey, guys, both sides kept on going. It's okay. Calm
Yeah,
down.
Jared.
And let's go on. Conager. Oh, it's my turn now, huh?
Yeah, I
Yes.
guess. Hey, everybody in the chat loves this, Jared.
I know.
Jackson, can you
I'm
play the
loving
game?
it too.
Me too.
I mean,
It's
to be
really
honest,
fun.
I don't even give a shit.
Oh, I don't either.
That's why I thought this would be fun.
Jackson, it's your turn.
I'm trying to find
at the end of the
X
day,
button.
at the end of the day, someone could come down from heaven and tell me you guys are right. I wouldn't give a shit. Like it doesn't matter.
Even if it was me coming down from heaven
Not to smack you.
in a tiny whitey. I'm losing this game so bad. Anyway, Jackson, what's your next point?
I'm trying to find it.
My room's really warm, guys.
Oh, I'm burning up right now.
I need to open my windows.
I just love
Okay,
that my
let's do a
emulation
nice,
question
easy
went all
one.
with that.
Yeah, I know.
Let's do a
Yeah,
nice
what's your
easy
easy
one.
one?
What game world would you... What game world would actually suck to live in?
Any of the From Software ones.
Nah, I think
Literally
those would
any
be
of them.
dope. I'm not gonna lie.
Those would be...
I'd
Well, it'd be
have fun
dope if you're the chosen one. If you're just one of the
Well-
side
Let's say you
characters that go
become the main
hollow.
character. You're that involved.
Okay, if you're the main
What
character.
world would you hate to live in? I think Resident Evil.
Nah, too fun.
No, you're a main character, dude. You can freaking karate chop a
no,
zombie.
I have it.
You have it?
Animal Crossing because it's been real life. Like, why would I want it? Like, it's basically the same thing. I still gotta work. I gotta pay off debts. I'm in debt. I gotta make food. Gotta make friends. Like, why the hell would I want to live that life?
No,
Again,
I have a worse
I'm
one.
already
I
living it.
have a worse one.
What?
The Sims 4. Rent is every week.
Well,
Oh my gosh.
here's the issue with Sims though. Are you playing God then? Because technically
No,
the main character
you're
you
in the
play.
world.
No, you're
Oh,
just
yeah.
like
You're
a
just in the world?
character. Yeah.
Yeah,
So you're just living real life. I mean, like,
Yeah.
but think of how much
But
money
rent
they make.
sucks. Inflation sucks.
Back to the cop one. Let's live in GTA. Oh my shit. We need to play GTA, guys. Next
And do
podcast,
this?
GTA.
Oh, we definitely
that
do.
would be so
Yeah,
fun.
I totally forgot GTA is a thing. We should. But anyways, Jamie, OMG, what was the question? The question was, what's the worst video game to live in if you were the main character in that video game? Here's the thing, though. Sims wouldn't be that bad. Think about it. Rent's due every week. You know how much money you make, though, every week? They made a shit ton.
Well, if we're going off the
And you know how
logic
fast
of
their
it,
careers
you can
were?
write a book in a day.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Sims wouldn't be bad. But I still think...
the forest. That would
Nah,
suck.
I think that would be fun. I mean, like, yeah, you'd
It would
probably
suck because how
die.
fast your hunger, all that mechanics. That
Well,
would
here's
the
suck
thing.
you apart.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. If we were going
What
off
are
of
you
real-world
doing?
logic and physics, I think games like that would suck. But if
Oh,
we're
if you're
going
going
off
off that, but if we're
in-game
going off the
logic,
game world,
yeah.
most H games, most horror games, I think it'd be fun to be in a horror game. I mean, like, it's more fun than what my life is. Like, what, I have
That's
to go to
true.
work tomorrow? Or I gotta fight off zombies or guys with 50 heads.
What about Alien Isolation?
What,
Oh my gosh.
you
How-
have been
no.
bankrupt.
You just give all your stuff
Well,
to Jackson?
No,
Oh,
I
because you waited
guess.
so long.
Shit, I was trying to get the most money. Doom, but you're not Doomslayer. Well, yeah, if you weren't the main character, I think any of these world would suck.
Yeah, I think even if you are the main character,
Yeah.
I think if you're the main character, Dark Souls 1, 2, or 3 is the worst.
I think it'd be fun if you're the main
It'll
character.
be better than
I
this
think
You
world.
can't
Bloodborne
die.
and Elden Ring would be fun.
I think Demon Souls would be fun too. You can't, or Dark Souls, you can't die. You just come back if you're the main character. I think
Yeah,
a
but then
boring game like a life simulator one would be the most boring as the main character because it's Again,
The mud
like
truck
Animals
game that we
Crossing. Oh yeah, the mud truck game we tried once. Like I'm driving a truck. Oh, actually, driving
Mario.
a truck wouldn't be like it'd be kind of fun.
Mario Kart or Smash Bros, bro?
Dude, but you're fighting all day. That's exciting. You don't give off main character energy. Yeah, I know Jared doesn't. It's fine. We're working on that. Shit, I ran out of water. I'm getting water.
I still think dying over and over and over again, because you can't, like,
Gotta
leave.
sim would
You
suck,
have to,
that guy. Yeah. What, Jared?
like, playing, if you're the main character in Bloodborne or Elden Ring, you literally become, like, a god at the end of the game. But
Exactly.
Dark Souls, the end of the game, you just go and burn yourself to death. Or
And
leave.
you choose that. Exactly. But who says you beat the game? You don't ever have to end.
Yeah, then you're just hanging out thinking of Jula.
But here's the thing. We're talking about the world of Dark Souls. It's not just Dark Souls 1 you're living in. It's the world of Dark Souls. You could just leave that area and go adventuring.
Yeah, but if you ever lose your
says you
purpose, you
can't?
literally turn hollow.
Your purpose is to find a better way to end instead of burning yourself alive. That would be the purpose, I'd say.
You don't really get to choose your purpose in life.
I mean, why not? Who says it's so? The goat is dumb AF. Who wants to spend a day with him? Oh my, the goat simulator? That would suck. Imagine being stuck in that universe as the goat, guys. Except your tongue is amazing. You do have a pretty good tongue.
All the ladies would love you.
Yeah.
I think, what about Papers, Please?
You've been along for too long, Jackson. You're bankrupt. Or is that me? What?
What about Papers,
What did you say,
Please?
Jim? Paper, please.
Where
I
you
don't know that
literally
one.
just have to go to a job and you can get shot or killed any day, and your
Or
children
Job
and your wife are
Simulator,
starving to
or
death.
Mechanic Simulator. Dude, that would just suck.
Yeah.
Which world would you want to live in?
Ooh.
Ooh.
I think Minecraft.
No.
I could build anything
No.
I want. I could do anything I want.
Do you respawn?
Yeah, you would. If you
Yeah,
have the
you're
same
living in
mechanics-
that world. Same mechanics as.
Okay. Then it'd be okay, I guess.
What about you, chat? What game would you want to live in? Yeah, Minecraft wouldn't be bad.
Or Elden Ring. It would be Minecraft or Elden Ring.
Baldur's Gate with my mods. Oh my gosh, David. Yeah,
my
you would
gosh,
say that.
David.
If anybody doesn't know, David has really nice jiggle physics in his mods.
Oh, sure, Minecraft would get
I feel like
boring.
D&D world
Lonely.
would suck to live in.
Especially on honor mode. Do you get to choose the mode you're playing in?
Hardcore Minecraft.
Well, death isn't canon in those games, so if you die, you die.
Exactly, that's true. Pokemon
Unless someone
is what
gets
Zach
withered to
said.
bring you back to life.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know why you want Zach. That freaking what's the one with the horn coming out of the chest? The red horn.
I don't know, Zach. No, it's got to be Pal's World. Oh, Pal's World. Yes,
Hey.
where slavery came back.
I just realized
yeah.
Minecraft would be really fun, but be super lonely because you would have no one except just
Yeah.
asexual
Terraria, Jackson.
villagers.
Terraria.
I don't know what video game I would want to live in.
Yeah, that's
Jackson,
hard,
do
actually.
Last of
Terraria.
Us. F it. No, I'm just kidding.
Terraria.
Last of Us.
Well played.
Hey, just in my thought, I would love a zombie apocalypse, some kind of apocalypse. Guess why?
The Walking
I don't
Dead.
have to. No, just any. In my opinion, if an apocalypse happens tonight, I don't got to worry about my next bill. I just got to worry about surviving, and I think
I
that
mean-
sounds way easier than life.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll die soon because of diabetes, but yeah.
What do you mean? I just won't have sugar. If we're not making a lot of processed sugar, I'll just be eating meat like I am now, which means I could live forever, Jared.
Sweet.
You search
So,
Oh.
I don't know what world I would want to live in as a video game.
I don't think any of them are really all that
else,
good. Maybe Spyro. Spyro sounds like kind of fun.
Maybe Zelda. Can I
Yeah, I
be
don't
weak
know.
though and be
If you
just
get
reincarnated
reincarnated-
every so many years?
Yeah.
Low-key Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed would be dope.
What are you talking about?
I'm
That's just
living
real
in
life.
FF7.
Which one? Which
Final
Assassin's
Fantasy
Creed?
7.
Oh my gosh.
Final Fantasy 7 would suck. Are you kidding
That's
me?
what Jamie said.
Shake the dice.
You die of cancer at like 30 in that world.
Oh, dang it, Jared.
God of
Oh,
War. Tifa Op. What? T-I-F-A
You don't own
O-P.
any
Tifa
games,
O-P.
but-
Jet. Her name is God of... I don't know what the hell you're saying, David.
Oh, Jack, you're screwed.
No.
Harry Potter. Anyways.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Is it my turn?
No, you're gone,
You're
Connor.
dead.
You're dead.
Connor.
No. The damn
Oh, yeah.
podcast.
Oh, yeah.
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 I'm gonna go with Xbox pricing.
Oh, how they raise their
What do
prices
you
on
mean?
their
Yeah.
consoles and stuff?
Yep, that's a good one. Jamie and Fru is what Zach said. What are your guys' thoughts that Xbox is like, oh, Nintendo's doing this, so we're gonna increase our games to $80. We're adding on an extra $100 to our base consoles. Pig a pig. Nicole, no. Yes, Nicole, no.
This is the first one to land on someone's property. That's it.
Like you just did?
Yeah, so
No.
what are your guys' thoughts on Xbox increasing all the prices and crap?
If they did it just to stay with the group, stupid. If they did it for the reason because of things are being more expensive, valid.
Well, yeah, but think about this. Their Xbox unnecessary is what David said. I think so too. Xbox
think-
One or Xbox Series S came out over about 5 years ago, so
They
we're under
increased
the
their old
impression.
console?
Yeah,
How much do I owe you?
Oh.
Jared?
it's $100
They're
more. So
dumbasses.
exactly, it's not just
No one
games.
bought it
Games would be
anyway.
an argument of whatever. But like
Jesus.
their Xbox Series X
So
that
you're
has 2
winning.
terabytes is now more expensive than the PS5 Pro. Xbox
I'm gonna
stopped
get
their own
bankrupt?
console sales. Yeah.
What? I can't.
Can you not sell things? Sell it. L1.
Yeah,
L1.
I'm trying. It's just.
Yeah, it
little
takes a minute.
slow.
Yeah, no, Xbox is literally killing their own console. So, yeah, Jared, to get the high-end Xbox, which is just 2 terabytes, is $730. To get a PlayStation 5 Pro
it
that's
came
2
out the same
terabytes
year as-
is $600. Or
Hey,
700.
I won!
I hope you had some
Hey, good job.
I could have sold everything,
So, but
and
yeah,
then I could have.
the
I wasn't
old
gonna lose
the
anyways.
old Xbox, Jared, just the Xbox Series X that's 1 terabyte that came out 5 years ago is now worth 600 instead of 500.
Okay.
Yeah, they increased all their prices.
That's stupid.
I think
Yeah,
it's
I
out
think
of unnecessary
that is
reasons, so
purely-
I think it's stupid.
It is purely the reason, like the epitome of the reason why Xbox is dead. Like,
Well, that's
It-
Xbox. I won't say is dead. Xbox consoles are dead. Yes, like
yes,
Xbox is gonna be
consoles are
around.
dead.
They got their Game Pass. They're good. That's
Do you think they're
be a
gonna
thing.
keep selling controllers?
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
it's a PC
after-
controller. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now you can buy a controller with a Fire Stick and do game clouding on that. Xbox Play Anywhere motto. Yep, their Game Pass is nice. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I think this next generation will be their last console, especially if they keep on doing stupid things by saying, "Hey, our 5-year-old console." Yeah, this time normally we decrease the price because we're making money off the consoles now.
Well,
we can make them
here's the
cheaper.
funny thing,
but now
too.
we're going to make them more expensive.
Here's the funny thing too. It was
Mm-hmm.
definitely more expensive to make it the first time during COVID.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
Well,
there's
that's my
no
thing
reason
is-
it should be more expensive now.
within the 5 years, you're saying that your console now costs you more money to make? Like, it's just stupid. There's no way that it costs them more money now to make their
No.
PS or their Xbox.
I think they're just trying
And
to milk
that's-
the few suckers that buy an Xbox for like
an
their
Xbox.
grandkids or something.
Especially for that price. One, buy PlayStation Pro, it's better. Or buy PC, 730. Like, come on. I heard rumors
You can get a
about
good
Xbox
laptop for that.
bringing Steam OS onto their platform. Have you seen it? Yes. So Xbox, there is rumors that they will have Steam OS, but there is also, I think I was watching on Linus video where they talked about how PlayStation could still stop their games being like not all PlayStation games might not be able on the Steam OS or Steam whatever, so it's going to be interesting. But yeah, their next console, the rumor is that it's going to be a hybrid where it's going to be running Linux-based, Windows, whatever.
Well, it's not a rumor.
Game Pass. Well,
they announced it. They just didn't say what it's called.
Yeah, and it's basically it's a PC, but it's not running full Windows.
Yeah, and their handheld is like a freaking discount. Oh, we're playing it again?
I know you won't be able to play all of it, but let's just play it while we talk.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah. I joined, but nothing happened. What do I do? Oh, there we go. Oh, add free spot.
What?
Where if you land on free parking, you get a shit ton of money.
Yeah, trying to figure that out.
If you can, it's fine. We can do it. Yeah, it's all right.
This one has this.
But here's my big thing. I think PlayStation bringing back PSP. Oh, they are. There's a huge rumor that a PlayStation, because they're working on two different silicons,
are coming together to build a handheld console, isn't it?
No, Jackson, we're talking about PlayStation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, Samsung is not involved with PlayStation.
Yeah,
AMD might be teaming up with them, but PlayStation's already been working on two different chipsets for their next console, and there's rumor is that they're going to do kind of like what Xbox did with the Xbox Series S, where they're going to make it a handheld, which if it runs 1080p and runs all PS6 games, I think it's going to be a shoe-in. Smart, but we'll see.
I'll buy it.
I'll buy both.
I don't need a full-on PlayStation, especially if it's cheaper.
I'm going to buy both. Screw it, I'll buy both. I'm a Fanny fanboy.
Are we not doing
Sony
the quick
fanboy?
dice?
I don't know. That was Jackson. Are we not doing quick dice? Are you sure? Don't we have to go around for the quick dice?
Yeah.
You have 2,000 money if you do quick dice.
We're not doing quick dice.
Oh, okay, cool. Anyways, I lost my train of thought. What was his name? PlayStation, Xbox.
Mobile.
No, so back to the other. I think PlayStation 6, they will announce that you can use Game Pass on PS6. I don't think they'll do it on PS5, or they might do an update when PS6 comes out. But I think if they do that, I think it would be really smart for them, is then nobody will ever buy an Xbox console, whatever it is. Because why not just buy a PlayStation for the same price or cheaper and be able to do both?
Would they do a bundle with their subscription and Xbox?
PlayStation?
Probably not. It's probably going to be like the EA or Ubisoft ones.
Where you just add on. Because here's the thing. PlayStation will take their cut from their... Like, they get theirs from their membership. And then they'll get a cut from Xbox Game Pass. So, might as well, yeah. Unless they make a partnership. Jackson. Did he just leave? Let's start another game and then just walks away.
I guess so. Oh, there you go.
What?
Holy shit, Jackson! Even the PS, even with PS Premium, I don't know. That will be the thing, is if they want to combine it. I don't know if they. I mean, if they did, holy shit! I mean, they would have to increase it. PlayStation Premium would probably be like $200. Oh no, because think about it. If they do it, how much is Game Pass for a year? It's $20 a year. And your turn, Jackson.
No, it's $20 a month, I thought.
Yeah.
Or 20. That's what I meant. Sorry. Roughly.
They probably double the price, to be honest.
It's roughly 200. I think it's. Let me just Google how much Game Pass is. Yeah. Oh shit! I said auction or whatever.
You have to start.
Oh yeah, we have to do. Oh, I do. Sorry. Game Pass, isn't it Ultimate? Their higher end one. Yeah. Game Pass Ultimate is $1 right now.
Damn. What, Whitney? Oh, is it really? Alright, I gotta get off.
Don't listen to her, Jared. She's the devil.
She tried to deceive me. She changed all the clocks.
Exactly. Tell her to suck it. You're a witch. Burn her at the stake. Does anybody know off the top of their head how much? Okay, it says $20 a month for Ultimate, so I'll just do that. $240 a year. Xbox, Game Pass, or PlayStation's 180. Yeah, I don't think they would combine that because that would be
It's not
way
180.
too. Like, yeah, it is a year
Yeah.
for their high end.
No,
One.
Yeah,
it's only at like 100.
You just started a new
no,
game,
it's
but-
180.
No, because
It's 180.
Because when you split in half, it's $60.
Did you buy it during Black Friday
You
when
bought
you
it
got a
during Black
discount?
Friday,
No.
Jackson.
For an investor
No,
will be the lucky one.
Yeah,
I
you
bought
did.
it this month.
No, you didn't.
Then you,
Yes,
no,
I
you didn't.
did. Yes,
No.
I did.
No, you didn't.
No,
You didn't. You just didn't, dude.
Because me and
Yeah.
Carson decided to split it because we're like, oh, then it technically is cheaper than buying the $64.
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna go look at it right now. Freaking. I just went on the store. I'm just like out of the game. Have you guys tried the Baltario or whatever the frick game?
Zach is saying, yeah, it's 160 a year, Jackson.
When did they
Right
change
there.
it?
It's right there. Like, they changed it years ago, dude.
I think you just got lucky and did it when there was like a deal on it or something.
There might
dude.
have been a sale going on, Memorial or something. I don't know. Yeah, so that would be $300. I don't know how many people are signing up for a $300 service, but I mean,
Well, they could always do.
I don't know.
They could always do like 200 and have it be discounted if you buy it up front.
Yeah, but I could see them maybe. Yeah, geez, that's $100. That means they would be taking a $100 loss for everything.
Well, technically,
maybe
they're not
though, if you're
losing money though.
well, it depends on where they're taking that $100 out of. But here I can see this: if you have premium, you get a discount off of
Xbox.
what is it called? Xbox. Maybe you get it for $15 a month instead.
I see a pattern.
Yeah.
But still, like, here's the thing: when you pay $300 for both of those subscriptions, think of how many games you would get for free.
Well, first off, I don't pay for the year thing anyway. I just pay for the monthly.
Yeah,
Actually, I pay for
You
the
pay
3
more.
monthly.
so you still
Yeah,
pay
in the
more.
long run, but I can always turn it off and
Yeah.
then save money when I'm not using
Well,
it.
that's what I do with Xbox. I'm not using it, so I turn it off, and they give me 3 months for free.
Yeah, that's what I do with PlayStation too.
Do they
So I
give
don't
you 3
turn it off. I
months?
turn it on to the lowest one unless there's a game I want to play on the higher one.
'Cause don't you still have to have it for online?
Yeah, you do.
For certain games,
So
yes.
I pay for the lowest one always, but I
Yeah.
change between the plans whenever I feel like it.
See, what's smart is you should change to the lower plan right before Black Friday, and then upgrade to the higher plan during Black Friday so you get the special discount.
Yeah, I may start paying for the yearly one just because it's like whatever. But
That's what I
recently,
want to
just
do with
haven't
all
been-
my subscriptions.
Does
'Cause it's so much
Netflix and,
better.
like, Disney do yearly
No,
plans?
they do not. Nope. I don't pay for
Jackson,
them
click
though.
a button.
Yeah, Jackson. Holy
Alright.
shit, you wanted to play. All right, time to head out. Loved the podcast. Send me the next one. Put it up on Spotify so I can hear the rest. Okay, we're getting off in a minute, anyways.
Yeah.
Um,
I have one last topic. I think we
oh,
all
shit,
agree.
Okay.
Xbox raising the price is just stupid. Like, they're just retarded.
Yeah.
Last topic. The Batman is better than Dark Knight.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Better than
Yeah.
all 3 of the movies.
Like, I think The Dark Knight is the best Joker movie.
Joker's pretty good. Yeah. Here, Jackson,
But
play the
if-
game.
If we're going off of Batman's character,
Oh my gosh.
the Batman
Oh, crap.
actually understands, like, Bruce Wayne and
Oh yeah.
Batman.
No, and here's the thing. Nolan North's Batmans are good movies, standalone. But when you take in the consideration of the comics and everything with Batman, they don't do the Batman series justice. Like,
No.
he's like, I want him to be realistic. I get it. But it's like, okay. But now he's just like, the cool thing about Batman is he's fighting witches, he's fighting people on super steroids, and he's a normal man. Now it's just, hey, a normal man's fighting normal people. Cool.
Yeah, well, I think
Like,
the biggest
that's
problem
neat. It's
with,
good, but
I think the biggest problem with the older Batman movies is that they always thought that the villains were more interesting than Batman.
Yeah. Bane was not normal. Bane was not normal. Bane was just, he worked out a lot. And they made Batman old
Bane
with bad bones.
in the freaking comics is on drugs.
Yeah. Dude, do you not play Batman Arkham Asylum where you get run Bane over in your car and pin him to a wall and that's how you have to defeat him? And then in the movies, I mean, like, I'm not saying the Chris Nolan movies aren't good. I like them. I still like them. But it's one of those that would be like, they're the all-time best Batman. I'm like, yes, because what else do we have to compare them to besides the animations? But at the same time, I'm like, they could have been better. Like, imagine Bane be like the Hulk and Batman had to defeat him.
After Batman Begins, Gotham just becomes New York.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Gotham is just a normal city, and they keep talking about how crime-ridden it is, but there's no real evidence for that. Like, it just looks like a normal
people
city.
With hockey pads.
Yeah. And,
but there were cops.
legitimately, that the world doesn't need Batman for almost all of those movies. Except for when the Joker or Bane show up. Like,
not even then, if you think about it. Yeah.
In The Batman, I feel like Gotham needs someone like Batman.
Jackson, your turn. Yeah. And also, if you think about it, without Bruce Wayne, like, if Bruce Wayne wasn't Batman, would, like, the Joker wouldn't have existed. He became a thing because of Batman. And then also, like, Ra's al Ghul and all that stuff would have just destroyed Gotham. So, like, boom. Yeah. Bane wouldn't have been a thing. So, really, the reason we get 3 movies is because this jackass Batman shows up and adds everything up. Without him, Gotham would have been destroyed, they would have rebuilt, and it would have been a nice place. But no, this Batman had to mess it up. Honestly, if you think about it, that's actually how, like, he screws it all up. Makes him go into quarantine.
That's the whole point of the villain's thing in the first movie, is that they want to destroy it so they can rebuild it, because it's just too corrupt.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But, like, because he stopped it, all these extra bad things happened.
Yeah.
The whole football field being destroyed and all the people dying. Catwoman.
Almost getting blown up.
The Joker.
He stabbed that guy with a pencil. It was a good magic trick, but damn.
And he also blew up a bunch of shit.
Oh, the hospital he blew up, yeah. He made Two-Face. Yeah. Think about this. Two-Face probably would have died if Batman didn't intervene in the first. Well, actually, we don't know.
No, Joker wouldn't have ever done anything if Batman wasn't there, because that's the only reason why he went there.
No, I'm talking about the first one, because everything that happened in the first one. So the town would have went crazy and destroyed themselves. So was Harvey Dent there? I don't think Harvey Dent was in the first one. They didn't mention him. So Harvey Dent would have still been a lawyer somewhere, and probably would have helped Gotham eventually, and not have been turned Two-Face.
Probably.
Yeah. And
there's also the fact that if Batman just didn't get scared of the bats in that opera play, his parents would still be alive.
Yep. And if the Joker didn't think he was related to Bruce Wayne, he wouldn't have started that riot. But that's a different movie.
You mean the Joker movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the second one. I hear it sucked.
It's a musical.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen it. I like musicals.
Yeah,
but anyways, I like the Batman movies. It's just funny. Also, I have problems with Nolan North. Oppenheimer.
I also just think that people give the Batman a bad deal because the Nolan movies are so prominent for Batman.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry.
That they'll always be compared to it, and the Batman isn't like spectacular. Like, it's not a spectacle movie until like the very end.
Yeah.
And I think people just don't really like that Batman's a detective.
He's not really a detective in the Batman movies, the Nolan North ones.
He just goes and beats people up.
No.
Yeah, or he has Alfred, or he has his computer scan his bullet, and then he tracks it down. But what was I going to say with that?
Let's play.
Ew.
Have you seen the
It was
Penguin?
pretty funny. Yeah. I need to finish it. I'm like
Dude.
2 episodes behind. I haven't finished. I just
Oh,
stopped.
dude,
But,
it's so good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like the more detective stuff. I like that he's actually building stuff, too, instead of being like, hey, I'm going to take this for my company. Like, it
Yeah.
shows that he actually does stuff. Like, he's putting in the effort
I also
and, like,
like
building
that
things.
he isn't just this like he doesn't have 2 personas yet. He doesn't have the
No,
Bruce
yeah,
Wayne
he's
and the Batman.
starting out. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's still
If-
trying to
I was
figure out if
watching
he
this
wants to
thing-
be Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I was watching this thing where I was like, if you notice, he plays both characters this same person. Like he acts the same in and out of the
Yeah.
costume.
Because right now in the Batman, there is no point for Bruce Wayne. Like in his mind, there's no reason why there should be a Bruce Wayne. There's a reason for him to be Batman, though. Like at the end, I like how he's saving civilians, he's doing all this stuff. But I think that's what the second part would do. I think it's going to show him why the world would need also a Bruce Wayne.
Are you into
Because right now
property?
there really isn't. Like there's not a big reason for him to go into the office and do stuff.
Well, at least he doesn't see it.
No, yeah, exactly. He doesn't see that yet.
Yeah, and I think at the end of the movie, it's like one of the best things ever when, because if you notice in that movie, when he fights anybody, it feels like he has like a personal thing with every person he fights. Yeah. And the director said that he wanted it to feel like he was beating up the person that shot his parents every time he beat anybody up.
For being
I mean,
this
that's good.
Yeah.
Question, another thing about that, because I've had debates with this. What is Jackson doing?
Sorry, that was me.
Oh, that was Jared. Question. Or thing, you know when he's fighting at the very end and he has that thing on his suit and he injects himself? Some people are like, oh yeah, that's like adrenaline. But I'm like, no,
That's
it's a
Bane.
Titan. It's a Titan form. Or Titan whatever. It's a form of what Bane uses. It might not be exactly the same, but it's green. I'm like, why would they make it green if it's just an EpiPen?
to pay.
I legitimately thought it was just an EpiPen. I'd have to go look.
Well, yeah.
And
No.
Go, yeah,
maybe look
rewatch
at
it.
if they announce it.
Well, they haven't.
So it
They
would make
haven't
sense.
said anything, but he goes into a rage. That's what Bane does, and it's green. Like, why would
me look it
I
up.
don't see any way why they would make it green.
I mean,
it
I
is
also
an
understand why he would
Aussie
have.
from TMNT. Uzi from Teenager Mutant Teenager
Turtles.
Mutant Ninja Turtles. Shit. Damn, how much did I buy that for?
A lot.
But what about you, Jamie? What do you think of the Batman? Do you like the Batman or do you like Nolan North? Oh, and while you were typing in and typing away, have you guys seen Oppenheimer?
Let's
No.
play.
Yes.
Okay, it is a good movie. Not gonna say it's not, but the people that hyped it up and they're like, "Oh my gosh, the explosion, the
It's a
nuclear bomb
masterpiece.
sucked."
Yeah.
It's gasoline. I do that in my backyard daily. I think you should have. I know he wants to do practical effects. I get it, but it wasn't that good of an explosion. Like it wasn't like the movie itself. I liked. It was a good movie, but the explosion, I'm like, I like the Christian Bale Batman, but I haven't watched the Sparkly Vampire. You haven't watched the Batman, Jamie?
Dude,
You have
Are
an
you
OLED
kidding
TV. What's wrong with you?
You must pay.
Don't give me you have kids and all this other shit. Like you
They
have
can
free
watch
time.
it too.
Let's put it on our store. I mean, yeah, it's rated R. It probably only says one F word.
what does?
Is it really? Oh.
It is R.
The Batman's not rated
The
R.
guy ruined vampires. The Batman's rated R, dude.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Look it up.
I thought
It's his
you
fault.
did-
Dude, Twilight ruined Twilight. I will not blame it on him for ruining Twilight. He did great as Cedric Diggory.
It's rated
Twilight Zone.
PG-13.
Yeah.
No, it's rated R. The Batman?
The Batman's rated PG-13, not R.
I swear it was R.
Matt Reeves has stated that an R-rated version of the movie, including a director's cut, does not exist.
Huh, weird. I swear it was R when they first announced it.
I don't even think there's any blood in the movie, dude.
It's a dark PG-13
Ah,
movie,
shit.
but
Hey,
PG-13.
can we get that in 4K to play that one? Let's do that. I'd watch that at work at GameStop.
Oh my gosh. Is
We
you're
have
talking about, like, on
Maverick.
your display TVs?
Yeah, we have Maverick running right now, like 24/7. So
Yeah, it was okay.
let's do. I mean, it's good, but I've been there for almost a year. It's been playing for a year. Yeah, I would. Or you said. Do we even have it? I don't think we have a like. Can we even get that? ... I'll order it right now from Amazon.
I think you were thinking of the Penguin, because the Penguin is definitely rated R if it was the movie.
And
It
the
has a lot of
Joker.
F-bombs in it.
Oh
the
yeah, I
Joker
know
is
the
rated
Joker
R.
is. Ah, dang, we don't sell it on Best Buy right now. How much is it on Amazon?
Price right now, but maybe there's enough.
Bidding time! Holy crap, Conager. Holy crap. Conager, you can't
So, yeah,
even bid more.
I just want to see
No.
you guys' things on that. I just watched A Knight's Tale
Great investment.
the other day with Heath Ledger, and I can't believe they're the same. He's the same guy as the Joker. It's
He's
kind of
also
crazy.
in Brokeback Mountain. I need to watch.
Yeah, he's a gay cowboy.
Yeah, with that other guy.
I wish you luck.
Who is that other guy? Forget. the actor.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
I saw a clip of it, and I haven't seen it, but I need to watch it. I'm like, huh. I need to feel how my brothers feel.
Conager, you're the only one of us that's not married.
Have enough money to
Shit. Who? I'll buy
I
it.
think you need to tell us something.
That I'm not settling. There you go. The back of this, does it tell me? Sorry, I'm just trying to see if the Batman's in Adobe app.
has come.
Okay, I really need to go to bed.
No, you don't. You got 5 more minutes.
I am supposed to get off at 10.
4K.
First.
Adobe Atmos True HD.
You
Hey,
have to get up at 10, Jared?
that's
no,
like
I have
12
to
hours.
get off.
It's
I
too much
should have
sleep.
got off at 10.
So we're doing this again next week, right? But maybe we'll fix the audio.
Yeah.
I'm adding it to my stupid. Oh, I should just see if freaking what's his bucket has it. He probably has it. Okay. Anyways, thank you for joining us on our first Camp Pause podcast, episode 1. At some point, when I
We
figure out how to
paused a
put it
lot.
on. Not really. We just stopped playing. We hope love it. We hope love it. Yes, we hope we love it. I own it. How much did I spend on it? Too much?
Yeah.
I spent $10? Oh no. Yeah, sure. I just won again?
Again.
How am I winning? Anyways,
'Cause I'm not freaking...
So great.
I'm just withdrawing. So you
Oh,
can
and
buy up all Jared's crap.
oh, he quit. Oh. Anyways, I'm gonna figure out how to put it on Spotify, and yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, that's the wrong button. This is the right button. Bye.
Bye!